been, third, fourth receiver for them. Hasn't made a lot of plays. I think, you can make the case that maybe he was drafted a little bit too high. But I think where he's going to help them eventually is he has pretty good size for a guy in the slot. I just think he's still learning to play receiver after only playing it 2 years in college because he entered college as a quarterback. So, but he does have some size. He can block a little bit. There were some plays in the opener where maybe he was available and either not seen because one of the big things Daniels is trying to correct already or to improve is keep your eyes upfield when you start to scramble because there are big plays available. And last week, actually, there was one that McCaffrey may have scored on if his eyes are up. So, he can get open, but he's not like a super quick guy at the top of his route. But I think if you let him get underneath, he can hurt you a little bit there.
I'm glad you explained that situation with Brandon Coleman and Cornelius Lucas, the two left tackles, because Trey Hendrickson leads the league in getting left tackles benched. Yeah. It's happened each of the first 2 weeks. So if Washington changes tackles, we'll know in this case it's not necessarily because of Trey Hendrickson getting the starter benched. John Keim covers Washington for ESPN. Let me ask you about a defensive lineman. Johnny Newton was like a Bengals mock draft darling. I mean, every other mock draft had the Bengals potentially taking Johnny Newton. I know he was injured during training camp. He's been brought along kind of cautiously. What can we expect on Monday night out of Johnny Newton?
Yeah, so to back up, like he missed all their OTA and spring workouts because he had surgery on his foot. Then when he got to training camp, he had a soft tissue. I think it was a groin issue, and they brought him back very slowly. His first game action, he didn't play in the preseason, did not practice with 2 joint practices they had. So his first game action of any kind was last week. So they had high hopes for him coming in, and I think they still have those. It's just that you had to push him back because you missed so much time. So he played 12 snaps last week. I will say, he added a lot of energy out there. He added some quickness out there. I just don't think he's in a position yet to really go out and play like a ton of snaps. Like they limited him to 12 last week. I'm going to guess he gets around 15 to 20 on Monday night, which would be good for him. They need him to get to there, but he also is not. He's still in that thinking too much mode. So rather than ball snap go, it's more like, all right, I've got this. Oh, the ball snapped. Oh, I better go. That's kind of where he's at right now. But you do see the skills. You see the quickness. You see, a lot of what he can do. It's just that I don't think he has a great grasp on what he needs to do just yet and how to effectively turn his skills into production just yet. So I think down the road it could be a headache. Right now, he's still learning.
Let me ask you about the other 2 defensive tackles that have had a heck of a run with Washington, Payne and Allen. Are they still performing at a high level? And then the third component of the Bermuda Triangle, Bobby Wagner, first ballot Hall of Famer, I guess, by everybody's account. How is that trio inside playing?
Well, I'd say a third of them is doing pretty well, and that would be Wagner. Now, with Allen and Payne, it's a little bit, they haven't made any loud plays. So in the opener against Tampa Bay, I felt like they did a pretty good job, especially in the pass rush, but they couldn't sack Baker Mayfield. Mayfield consistently got out of the pocket, and part of that is, as a group, they're still kind of learning to rush cohesively, and they're kind of rushing a little bit different. Like it's more get up field, and sometimes when you say, hey, just get up field, you get out of your gap, and that creates an opening for a guy who can move. And so that's going on. Last week, those 2 were double teamed quite often against the Giants. It was a lot. And so there are times where they have to play the double teams better. There are times where maybe the linebackers could attack a little bit more, or there are times where maybe the defensive play call doesn't match what the offense is doing on that play in the run game, for example. So if you leave them one-on-one, they're going to hurt you. They can still hurt you. If you double them, then Like, what they haven't had yet is someone else who's going to say, okay, they're doubling these two, I'm going to get mine. And they don't have that guy yet, not on the ends. And, they have Frankie Louvu, a linebacker who can do some damage as a blitzer, but he just hasn't gotten home yet. So, but I think they need to find a way to reduce the double teams on them. And the only way you do that is by having other people step up.
John, final question from me. The Bengals have struggled to stop the run since the beginning of last year. Brian Robinson had a $133 on the ground for Washington last week. Do you see the Commanders leaning into the run game on Monday, or will Cliff Kingsbury does what he would do under any circumstances?
Well, what he's done, like even when he's in Arizona, they were top 10 in number of rushes for his tenure there, and a lot of that obviously was Kyler Murray. But certainly not all. Like, they ran the ball more. And the other thing to keep in mind here, the influence also is Anthony Lynn, former NFL head coach, running backs guy, run game guy. And so I think, like, there's an influence there too. Also, they know, like, there are a couple things they know. Their defense isn't playing well. Well, you don't want to give Cincinnati and Joe Burrow a lot of opportunities. So, and Jamar Chase, like, I know he hasn't had that big game, but these guys kind of give up some yards to receivers. And if T. Higgins is back, you're going to want to keep those guys off the field. So, yes, I do think they'll run the ball a decent amount. Now, incorporated in that run game is Jayden Daniels. I think where the Chiefs hurt the Bengals last week, too, is I felt like they did a really good job of creating light boxes by the Bengals defense and then hitting them that way. And I would kind of look for these guys to do something similar where just create some numbers mismatches for sure, because I think they are, that kind of fits who they are. But yes, I expect Brian Robinson to get a lot of opportunities. Austin Ekeler is helping as a third down back, but Robinson is the guy who's going to carry the ball a lot. So, and I think they feel good about the run blocking with their front, but I think that's also another factor too. So yeah, I think the run game will be something they lean on a decent amount.
All right, that was John Kim from ESPN Washington talking with our own Dan Horde and Dave Lapham. And I talked to David Aldridge, who has been a reporter covering sports for ESPN and other networks for many, many years. Ran into him earlier today, and he talked about Jayden Daniels. And one of the things he said is a concern with him, Jayden Daniels has a tendency to want to run the ball but not get down. And I asked him, I said, was that kind of similar to a one RG3, Robert Griffin III? And he nodded his head. And he also said that he's a little reluctant in releasing the ball in the pocket. So there may be some opportunities for Cam Taylor-Britt and the other defensive backs. But as was talked about earlier, if he does get pressure, gap discipline is going to be critical, because this kid is a talent and could break away and make a big play at any given time. Paycor Stadium is filling up. 48 minutes and 25 seconds and counting left before this tip-off tonight. And the Ring of Honor ceremony with Tim Crumry and Corey Dillon. And again, I can't tell you how many former Bengal players are in town to celebrate with these guys. Just an awesome show of brotherhood. When you think about the Bengals, you think about the former players, T.J. Hushmanzada, who has a relationship with Jermaine Burton, Willie Anderson, who's constantly up here talking with the offensive linemen and players in general, Solomon Wilcots, Reggie Williams. They're doing a documentary on the Bengals. Reggie Williams participating in it. Isaac Curtis, who also is in the Ring of Honor, along with Willie Anderson, Anthony Munoz, Paul Brown, Chris Collinsworth, Kenny Anderson, who should be in the Hall of Fame. I'll just put that out there. And Boomer Esiason. So the Cincinnati Bengals have done a great job with the Ring of Honor. Really made us something special. We're glad to be a part of it. Back with more of Countdown to Kickoff right here on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
Houday Nation, Orlando Brown Jr. here to tell you about my new pizza deal with Donato's. The Big O Trio, 3 medium pizzas for just $30. Follow Donato's Cincinnati on social for more information.
Orlando style!
Are you ready for some football?
Well, you are now thanks to Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bengals and the NFL, Ticketmaster's got the best way to take it to the house when it comes to being there live. They're the safest and most convenient marketplace to score fully verified Bengals tickets. And even if your plans get broken up or worse, turned over, Ticketmaster gives you more flexibility to sell your seats. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bengals.
Attention all nonprofit organizations. Looking for creative ways to fundraise? Aramark is actively seeking nonprofit groups to operate concession stands at Paycor Stadium during Cincinnati Bengals home games. Organizations will receive a donation from Aramark for each game their group volunteers. Increase impact, engage with the community, and fundraise with flair. Join Aramark in making a difference. To learn more and secure a spot, call 513-455-4914 or visit Bengals.com/community/concessions.
Hi, Bengals fans. Dan Horde here. It's important to work with local companies you feel comfortable with. That's why professional contractors rely on Win Supply, Win Nelson, and Win Electric locations right here in the Tri-State. Locally owned and operated, Win Supply offers products from leading brands like A.O. Smith water heaters, Nibco valves, and Odie Solvent to get the job done right. Order online at winsupply.com or any of our several Win Supply locations in Greater Cincinnati. The Win Supply family of companies are proud supporters of your Cincinnati Bengals.
Time for Zack Taylor's pregame comments with Dave Lapham.
Our pleasure to catch up with Bengals head coach Zack Taylor as the Bengals get ready once again for Monday Night Football at Paycor Stadium against the Washington Commanders. Coach, what's the biggest area of improvement or areas of improvement that you saw from week 1 to week 2?
Well, we did a much better job taking the ball away. We can still work on our own ball security, but I thought the defense did a good job generating some turnovers, giving us good field position. And, just finishing drive as points was obviously a much different factor than from week 1 to week 2.
So you got a rarity here tonight. 2 Heisman Trophy winning quarterbacks from the same school, LSU, facing off just for the second time in NFL history where quarterbacks won the Heisman from the same school, Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield out of Oklahoma. They faced off 3 times, but Joe Burrow, Jayden Daniels, more similarities than differences. Coach, how do you see it?
Both really talented, have made an impact on their team as rookies, started right out the gate. Joe, obviously, but, we had a lot of confidence in him from the get-go. You can see the same thing with Jayden Daniels, really talented player, very composed. They do a good job managing him. I think he's going to be a really good player in this league.
So, unbelievable intensity last week against the Chiefs. To me, it felt like I was watching a playoff game. Challenges to pick up where you left off at least, or maybe even up the ante a little bit. Where you left off last week instead of physical tone, is that pretty much on point?
There's no question. The first drive on both sides of the ball is critical for us. We got an offense get down there and get some points on the board, finish with a touchdown defensively, get them off the field as quickly as possible. They've done a great job with time of possession and ball control and limiting the other team's possessions, and our defense got to do a great job getting them off the field.
3-0 in Ring of Honor games. It's easy to feed off the energy and enthusiasm of a night crowd at Paycor. 6-0. Night games at Paycor overall. The crowd a factor?
Big time. Our crowd knows when to be loud, knows how to help this team, gives us great energy throughout the game. We seemingly always play really well in these night games and feed off the crowd's energy and provide them with energy as well and good things to cheer for. So that's a big task for us today is to keep that going.
Chris Jones, unbelievable football player. He has an impact on every football game he plays in with the Kansas City Chiefs. But the Commanders, they have a tandem of defensive tackles pretty much as good as it gets, don't they?
They do. They've got 2 really good ones, been there for a long time, make a big impact on the game. Added rookie 95, Jerjon Newton. I think highly of him as he's been integrated back into a role here in his 3rd game. So, again, their middle is as good as you're going to play in this league. They got great depth there. They feed off those guys, and those are the guys we have to minimize this game to have success.
Yeah, I can't let them take the game over. Then you've got a linebacker, middle linebacker. It's almost like the Bermuda Triangle with Bobby Wagner. 12 consecutive years in the NFL with 100 or more tackles. 15th player in NFL history to make All-Pro 10 times. One of 3 linebackers to do it. Smart, experienced. I mean, he's the kind of guy that sees it before it happens, isn't he?
He is. He's the communicator on the defense. Does an excellent job. Frankie Lugo, number 4, right next to him. Those guys are veteran linebackers who really make a big impact on their defense.
Defensive line is a group for the Washington Commanders. They seem to be the strength of that football team. Who else catches your eye on tape?
Yeah, Dorrance Armstrong, 92, comes from Dallas. He knows the system. So, again, they've got Dante Fowler. They brought him from Dallas as well. I've been on the team with him before. So they've got some playmakers on that side of the ball. The safety, Jeremy Chin, is an outstanding football player, makes a lot of plays. They play him down low as a nickel. They play him deep as a safety. They'll blitz him off the edge. So, again, he's a good veteran player that I got a lot of respect for.
A couple of guys going into the Ring of Honor tonight, physically and mentally tough. Two of the tough veterans seen in franchise history. Corey Dillon, Tim Crumry. They had the three abilities: physicality, accountability, durability. They didn't miss many snaps, never mind games. I mean, they were there all the time. Highly conditioned, played as hard in the fourth quarter as they did in the first snap of the football game. Relentless, I guess, in their pursuit of excellence. Pretty good examples to talk to your team about, I guess, right?
Yeah, when you hear people telling stories about them 20, 30, 40 years after the fact, you know what kind of an impact they had on those teams. And obviously, Tim playing in the Super Bowl and the physical toughness that he had, hearing the stories of him in practice and just how hard he competed every single day, got a lot of respect for him. Corey was a little bit more. I was in high school and college watching Corey play in the NFL, so well aware of him and the durability he had, and to continue to go 1,000 yards, and have the production he had is really impressive. And so, two guys that really deserve to be in the Ring of Honor.
Think about them. Corey Dillon, every single snap of practice code. If he was running the ball at the 12-yard line, all the way to the end zone, jog it back. I mean, dead sprint. So he was doing functional football conditioning. That guy never get tired. And Crumry, even in practice, and I know my 10th year in the league was his rookie year, about 1,000 games I played that year. I mean, he pursued everything. I mean, relentless, that's what made them great.
Yeah, I mean, that's why Tim, helped contribute to a Super Bowl appearance. And, Corey Dillon, just the machine that he was, for not only us, and then going to New England and just having a great career. And so, again, a lot of respect for those two guys.
Finally, Coach, before turnover, I talked about turnover earlier. You mentioned got to keep control of the football and get it off of them. Another key you can give us?
Finish with touchdowns. Last week they were held to 7 field goals, kept them out of the end zone. New York really had a chance to win that game, had a drop on 4th down that would have won them the game. So that's going to be key, is if they do have a long drive, keeping them to a field goal, not a touchdown. And offensively, we got to finish in the end zone.
As always, thanks for your time, sir.
Thank you.
Back to you, Box.
All right, that's Coach Zack Taylor and Dave Lapham. Glad to have Zach on all the time, giving great insights with our Dave Lapham. And I tell you what, we're just 38 minutes and 40 seconds away from the kickoff tonight in prime time. But right now, we're going to reflect back on the 25-year history of Paycor Stadium, celebrating memories and moments that will live in Bengal history forever in the stadium that once carried the name of Bengals founder Paul Brown. And who could ever forget the remarkable performance for one of the members of the Ring of Honor who will be inducted tonight, Corey Dillon, breaking a rushing record many thought would still be standing. And this run was part of his 278-yard total on October 22nd, 2000.
They'll hand it back to Dillon, who breaks it all. 35-30. One man to beat. Stiff arm. 10-5. Corey Dillon. How about that?
He just broke his own record. I'll tell you what, we're not worthy. We're not worthy. We got to bow to Corey Dillon. Corey Dillon put this football team on his back. Corey Dillon broke Walter Payton's all-time NFL single-season rushing record, 278 yards. Walter Payton's was 275. We have a new NFL rushing leader single game. He did it as a rookie, breaking Jim Brown's record. He does it now, breaking Walter Payton's record.
And that's what it would sound like, 278 yards on the ground. Corey Dillon was a machine. And when he got in the rhythm and started toting the rock, there was literally nothing you could do. It's going to be great to see the fans show him just how much he is appreciated, how much he was loved. There's a little bit of a separation there for a while with Corey and the Bengal faithful and the Bengals at large, but that's been smooth over. Willie Anderson had a lot to do with that, and everyone's back in each other's good graces. That's what makes tonight even more special. Back with more Countdown to Kickoff right here on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in Bengals terms.
It's like back-to-back AFC North titles.
Impressive.
It's like the roar of the jungle.
Hooday!
It's like their quarterback swagger.
Come on, nobody's that cool.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
At Kettering Health, we're devoted to you, walking alongside you on your journey to better health. Whether you're battling cancer, overcoming an injury, facing surgery, or just looking for a doctor who truly cares about you, we'll be a shoulder to lean on. We give everything so you can focus on keeping your world turning. Even if the unexpected happens, we're supporting you to be your best. Kettering Health. Find care now at ketteringhealth.org.
Hey, Bengals fans, Dan Horde here. Big B Coffee is a proud partner of the Cincinnati Bengals. All 31 Greater Cincinnati locations are owned by local families, meaning we have orange and black pride. And when the Bengals win, you win with 50% off any size Bengals drink the following day. Like the Houday Latte, a one-of-a-kind blend of caramel, mocha, and espresso served hot, iced, or frozen. So fuel up and tackle your day with Big B Coffee.
Two guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same two guys drove home. One guy wore a seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Behind every successful business is a strong leader. That's why the Cincinnati Bengals leave HR to Paycor. Paycor's HR software helps build winning teams and great places to work. We're pumped to watch Bengals history unfold at Paycor Stadium. Find out how Paycor can help your business at Paycor.com.
When you travel, they always say, get a room with a view. And there's no better way to travel than with family. Like the Toyota Truck family. Now through September 30th, get $2,000 customer cash on a new 24 Tundra, depending on model. Or lease a Tacoma SR double cab for $319 a month for 36 months with $32.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Hey Bengals fans, Paramount Plus is once again your home to stream the NFL on CBS every Sunday all season long. That's right, catch Joe Burrow and the boys in action and stream your live local NFL on CBS game all the way through the AFC Championship. So sign up and sign into Paramount Plus today.
Welcome back to Countdown to Kickoff right on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network. Wayne Boxliller with Mike Gresicki. And Mike, this is a new team for you. And talk about the culture, what you like about this Bengal team.
Yeah, it's been awesome. All the guys have been really cool. The coaching staff's been great. Organization's first class. So, and then to be able to come in here and play on an already, really talented offense. It's been exciting. It's been a learning process for sure, but one that's been exciting.
A lot of people say they like the chemistry in this locker room. Could you feel the difference when you walked in?
Yeah. This is now, my third different team, and all of them been unique in their own ways. But the energy in this locker room has been great. All the guys are super, close. There's great camaraderie, and I think it starts, with the way that the coaches run this thing, and it trickles down into the locker room. So it's been cool.
A lot of people say that one thing about this team is that there's a cross-culture, meaning, offensive guys hang with defensive guys, et cetera, et cetera. Seems like in here it doesn't matter. Guys just connect with each other.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. You walk in the cafeteria post-practice, there's guys of, all different positions or whatever, offense side of the ball, defense side, special teams, whatever it is. Everybody's hanging out together, so it's been an easy locker room to make the transition into.
Yeah, you have a lot of tenacity, like you said, your third team, and you have this determination. Talk about your will to succeed.
Yeah, it's this is something I've wanted to do my entire life, and this is now my 7th year in the league. Was in Miami for 5 years, made a stop in New England last year, and now I'm here. Have goals and expectations for myself and for this team, and just want to do whatever it takes to go out there and execute those.
Now, when you got here, did you and Jamar have a gritty conversation to kind of talk about that?
I've tried to stay away from it just because I'm embarrassed. We talked about it very quickly one day, and from the sounds of it, it sounds like I'm just going to keep mine the way it is, just to keep the laughs up.
Now, you came from a team with a lot of weapons in Miami. You come here, a team has a lot of weapons, you being one of them. Talk about, for defenses, it makes it very difficult for them to key on any one person.
Yeah, there's a ton of talent in all different skill positions here. Obviously, in the receiver room, the running backs are awesome as well. And then in the tight end room, we got a bunch of guys that can do a lot of different stuff. And then, obviously, with the quarterback play that we have, it's definitely a lot for a defense to handle. and it's up to us to, understand, all the ins and outs of this offense to be able to go out there and execute at a high level.
Lastly, you had a younger coach in Miami. You got a young coach here in Zack. Talk about the relatability of the younger coaches with players in this league.
Yeah, Zach's been awesome. He's been incredible. Really great at understanding the team and putting people in a position to be successful on the field, but then also understanding what the guys want in terms of schedule structure or how to get us to practice hard one day because the next day is not going to be as crazy. So he's done a really good job of putting everybody in position to be successful, but also being a really good players coach.
Yeah, Mike, your position is one that is valuable on this team. You're valuable to be a member. We're glad to have you aboard. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
All right, back with more Countdown to Kickoff right here on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
Hey, Bengals fans. Paramount Plus is once again your home to stream the NFL on CBS all season long. That means you can catch Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and the rest of the Cincinnati Bengals from your smart TV, tablet, phone, or any device. And all you need is a Paramount Plus account. Paramount Plus streams your live, local NFL on CBS Game across the league every Sunday, all the way through the AFC Championship game. So sign up and sign into Paramount Plus today and get ready for another thrilling season of Bengals football with the NFL on CBS, streaming live on Paramount Plus.
Hey ho, my chuckaboos on your afternoonified devices. It's me, Gustavus Swift, founder of Swift Foods and all-around meat guy. So, what's for dinner tonight? Might I suggest a tender and delicious cut of Swift beef skirt steak? Perhaps a juicy Swift pork tenderloin with a marvelous citrus chutney. Either one will take the egg the moment it hits the old sauce box. What am I saying? You're already on the internet, look it up. Swift Foods, inspiring extraordinary meals since 1855.
Health insurance companies are expected to carry health benefits, but CareSource does so much more. We look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals to see the challenges that face our members. Then we help them achieve not just better health, but better lives. Along with great benefits, we also help our members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and rides so they can find greater independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining health insurance.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Experience the NFL with On Location, the official hospitality provider of the NFL. On Location offers official tickets and unrivaled access to all of the NFL's premier events. With exclusive partnerships with more than 20 NFL teams, On Location brings you up close for all of the action, providing fans with unforgettable moments from draft day to Super Bowl Sunday and everything in between. Visit NFLOnLocation.com for more information. That's NFLOnLocation.com.
Behind every successful business is a strong leader. That's why the Cincinnati Bengals leave HR to Paycor. Paycor's HR software helps build winning teams and great places to work. We're pumped to watch Bengals history unfold at Paycor Stadium. Find out how Paycor can help your business at Paycor.com.
Skyline Conies and Ways have always been fire. But once I discovered that habanero cheese, it hits different with the heat. Now, when I go to Skyline, I tell them hit it with the extreme cheese.
Welcome back to Countdown to Kickoff, presented by Kickstand Cocktails right here on the Bengals Radio Network. Wayne Boxmiller with you. Glad to have you aboard on this Ring of Honor night. And I tell you what, Zack Moss is a guy that was a coveted free agent in the Bengals offseason, and he's hit the ground running. A real student of the game. You can even find him studying even during the lunch breaks with his iPad up, putting in that work. But he may have learned some of that from the family members who had longevity in the NFL. It's Zack Moss in this week's Fantastic Fun Facts with Dan Horde, presented by Skyline Chili.
Now, Fantastic Fun Facts with Dan Horde.
Time for some fun facts with running back Zack Moss from Hialeah Gardens, Florida, near Miami. What were some of your favorite things about growing up there?
Just being outside every day. Miami is like the perfect place for great weather, usually around all year round. So just being outside, playing sports with my friends and cousins and things like that. I have a big family, so just remember all those days, just being outside, playing in the streets or at the park.
I'm glad you mentioned your cousins because you have two older cousins who had long careers as NFL wide receivers, Santana Moss, who was a Pro Bowler, and Sonoris Moss, who won a Super Bowl ring. Did having family members in the NFL make that dream seem more attainable to you?
Yeah, I think definitely. On top of that, I think also just being in Miami, we have very, very rich talent of pro players, either basketball or football. So that always was in the back of our minds, just playing, seeing guys that are from our neighborhoods go off and do a lot of good things. So, it made it real easy to think that could be us as well. And God took the rest of it.
Being from that state, there are a lot of great college football programs around, but you chose to go more than 2,000 miles from home and went to Utah. Why?
Originally, I was committed to the University of Miami at first, and then I ended up decommitting from there and chose Utah. I think mainly because two reasons. Coach Dennis Erickson, who was a University of Miami head coach back in the day, who won a national championship there, was the running back coach at Utah, so kind of swayed me pretty easily, being able to play for a legend like that. And then two of my teammates that I played with in high school and that I knew for a while as well, as friends growing up in Miami, Tyler Huntley and Damari Simpkins, they both ended up committing early and enrolling early into Utah, and always just told me about it and kind of could see me fitting in there. So for me, it didn't really matter where I was or how far I was. I just wanted to go somewhere and play early, and Utah gave me a great chance to do that.
Your high school and college teammate, Tyler Huntley, played a significant role in Bengals history. It was his fumble in the playoff game against Baltimore that Sam Hubbard scooped up and ran back 98 yards for the game-winning score, the so-called fumble in the jungle. As his longtime friend, did that one break your heart?
That was crazy, definitely. I think because it was on the 1 yard line and had a chance to score. I don't remember what the score was, but I think they would have went up. So that was rough to see him go through that. But now being a Bengals fan, I see the highlight a few times already, so it's pretty cool.
I read that on your recruiting visit to Utah, they took you snowmobiling. Had you ever even seen snow?
No, I'd never seen snow. That was my second time ever traveling out of the state of Florida. So that was a super, super culture shock. Mountains, snow, elevation, the whole nine. Just a totally different way of life from growing up in Miami for sure.
We're visiting with Zack Moss. You had a tremendous career at Utah. You're still the school's all-time leading rusher by a wide margin. What did you enjoy most about your 4 years there?
It was a lot of great things. I think the main thing was being able to go somewhere and mature by myself. Obviously, I think if I would have stayed in Miami, I would have had a lot of people there with me to kind of fall back on through hard times or whatever. I had 2 surgeries while I was out there, so being able to go through that and grow up and kind of go through life and mature, like I said, by myself, made me, definitely who I am today. Played a big part in that, and also meeting my wife out there was huge. Obviously, that's my whole entire life. Now I got a son and everything like that. So that was the biggest decision of my life.
After your great college career, you were drafted in the 3rd round by the Buffalo Bills, number 86 overall. Describe your draft experience.
It was definitely an awkward one. I think mainly because it was COVID that year, so didn't have a chance to go back home, be around family and loved ones and things like that, and kind of share that moment with everybody as well. So I had to do it in LA with my agents, my wife, and my brothers and sisters, and my mom, which was that's the core of my family right there. So it was still cool in that experience. But, definitely missed out on that part of things. Something I was always, I think, in the back of my mind thinking about that I'll be able to do one day.
You joined a Buffalo team that was really good. You made it to the AFC Championship game as a rookie. And then in year 2, Buffalo had the painful loss to Kansas City in the playoffs where you took the lead with 13 seconds to go, kicked off, and wound up losing that game in OT. How long does a game like that stick with you?
That was a rough game. It's definitely something that you really can't describe unless you were there. The atmosphere was crazy. We ended up coming out obviously on the losing end of it, but definitely just a great sports experience. And, you're in history, but, definitely on the wrong side of it. But at the end of the day, you're still in history. So anytime you get to create history, no matter what happens, I think win or loss, you learn something from it.
The following year, about 2 months into the season, you got traded to Indianapolis. You've built bonds with teammates. You're comfortable in Buffalo. And then suddenly you're playing for a different team a week later. How challenging is that?
It was definitely challenging to some degree. You can't really dwell on it too much when you're in season, when things are still moving and stuff like that. But, it was something I always knew was going to happen. Essentially, at some degree, it just didn't work out my time in Buffalo. I had a lot of people do a lot of good things. My wife mainly was super supportive during that time, being able to, transition our homes from Buffalo to Indy, while also allowing me to just go ahead and continue to focus on football, which was big. And, all the people in Indy, the staff that helped her with that as well was great. But it's business. You never really play for, I don't know too many people who play for one team in their life, no matter how it happens, cut, trade, or just sign somewhere else, whatever. So knew it was part of business, and grateful for my time in Buffalo, and definitely grateful for the time I had in Indy as well.
You joined the Bengals this year as a free agent. Did you enjoy the free agency process? Because in the draft, you have no choice.
Yeah, I think it was a very, very good experience. Obviously, my first time ever doing that, so didn't really know what to expect. Didn't really know how things were going to shake out and things like that. Just had to put a lot of my trust in my agents to make sure they were doing whatever they needed to do on that side of it, and have my inputs when I needed to. But I think my faith allowed me to just be able to relax and be cool throughout it all, and just enjoy that time that I had in off season with my son and my wife in our home, and just be able to get ready for a new season somewhere.
All right, a few wild card topics now for Zack Moss. Who is your all-time favorite athlete in any sport?
Easy. Kobe Bryant, for sure. I think just obviously everybody knows his mentality that he attacked every day with, the way he chose to go about his life and things like that. I think for me as a kid, was kind of quiet, definitely as a kid. So and Kobe was kind of a loner to some degree. So I just gravitated towards how he did things and, went about his work.
What do you like to splurge on?
Shoes. Big shoe guy. I've been collecting shoes ever since 7th grade. So anytime I get a chance to buy a shoe or get a shoe that I wasn't able to get when I was younger or in college, I definitely try to add that to my collection for sure.
Do you have any unusual talents?
Unusual talents? No. This is my only real talent. I always do something and people ask that question and I'm like, dang, I have nothing. But no, not really. This is my real one talent, and I just try to be as well-rounded as I can in every other aspect.
Final question for Zack Moss. This one's kind of deep. If you could meet anybody in history, living or deceased, who would that person be?
I think being able to meet my mom's dad would have been pretty cool. Obviously, I think people go with a lot of celebrities and stuff like that, and I think for me, not being able to meet my mom's dad, you kind of miss on kind of like who your mom was as a kid and things like that. So that would have been pretty cool. I know she talks about him a lot and it meant a lot to her. So being able to meet him would have been nice.
You are off the hot seat. I appreciate your time. Best of luck this year.
No problem. Appreciate it.
All right, that was Dan Hoard with Zack Moss, and again, another good, rock-solid, fantastic fun facts. Back with Paul Dana Jr. as the countdown to kickoff continues on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
Well, the officials have been talking for quite some time.
All righty, let's see what they have to say.
Upon further review, there is no penalty on the play. However, we have conferred and discovered that Bob, the line judge, has saved a boatload for his kids' college using Ohio's 529 plan. It is tax-free, accepted nationwide. Bob recommends we all go to collegeadvantage.com. First down.
Well, that's not entirely unexpected.
Classic Bob.
You already know when your document halts, call Waltz. But we don't stop at printers. We provide video walls and interactive displays to energize any group work area. You probably have a smart TV in your conference room, but did you know touch displays elevate participation and increase engagement? From training rooms to boardrooms, our all-in-one touchscreens empower your team to transform the way they collaborate. Schedule a demo at waltzbusiness.com, the official document solutions provider of the Cincinnati Bengals.
Bengal fans, Bengals Luxury Suites provide a great view of the action while offering an unparalleled combination of features and amenities. With limited inventory available, visit Bengals.com/suites to get yours today.
Get ready for game day with Mixicals, Botanical Ice Mixers, proud partner of the Cincinnati Bengals. Harnessing the essence of fruits, flowers, and herbs, Mixicals takes your drinks from the sidelines to the end zone. Whether it's cocktails or mocktails, elevate your beverage game to MVP status with Mixicals. Available at the Party Source and other Cincinnati area retailers or online at Mixicals.com. That's Mixicles. Mixicals, proud partner of the Cincinnati Bengals.
Covering the Bengals from the inside out with the Dana Report. Here's the Athletics' Paul Dana Jr.
Welcome back to Countdown to Kickoff, presented by Kickstand Cocktails right here on the Bengals Radio Network. And it's brewing. The energy is bubbling up to the top. And pleasure to welcome the man that covers the Bengals from the Athletic and hosts the Growler podcast. Paul Dana Jr., how are you?
Doing good. It's good to be here with a Hall of Famer on Ring of Honor night. Box, congratulations to you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And I got to tell you, man, Cam Taylor Britt blew a lot of people away with the Odell Beckham-like play, but we've seen Cam Taylor show potential from the time he got here.
Yeah, you know what? I spent a lot of time this week kind of digging into the path of Cam Taylor Britt, from who he was as a rookie, who was, guys were telling me stories about how he was late for a Saturday walkthrough practice, and literally no one knew where he was. It was like calling saying, Dax Hill telling me, I said, is he in the hospital and didn't tell us? And then showed up with about 10 minutes left in that practice, and them saying, maybe you should have just pretended you had something and taken yourself to the hospital anyway, because you don't want to see the look on their faces. But he was a guy that needed to grow up a little bit as a young guy, as a rookie. And he talked about needing to kind of clear some of the clutter that he had off the field and focus a little bit more on who he needed to be on it. And once he did that and really kind of simplified his life, he saw the returns on the field. You saw that last year. And then this offseason, he took it to the next level, right? I mean, he graduates and puts time in to do that at Nebraska. You see he did work in the community with he wanted to have some camps that he was doing. Yeah. He did it in Lincoln. He wanted to do one here, back in Montgomery. And it's shown like he feels himself playing clear and living up to that crazy potential that he has, and that is plays like the one you saw last week in Kansas City, because he's capable of making those.
No question about it. Let's talk about that 12 personnel. They're throwing the ball a lot out of that.
Yeah, you know what? We talked about 12 personnel last week, right? And to look for a lot of that. And boy, did we ever see a ton of it with Eric All, and it was very successful. The biggest difference was they've used it before. They threw out of it a ton. They threw out at a much higher rate than they ever had. Usually they're running out of it. Success rate, though, how about this? 2021 in 12 and 13 personnel was 41%. 2022, 46%. Last year, 42%. 56% success rate out of 12 and 13 personnel so far this year. Will that continue as teams get used to it? We don't know. And certainly there's things that are now on tape, but when this staff finds something that works, they lean heavy into it. And I'm telling you, if people could have seen Dan Pitcher's face this week when we talked to him about the concept of having 12 personnel with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase as your two outside receivers of the tight end, it lit up. So keep an eye on that being the next wave with T. Higgins back this week.
All right, lastly, let's talk about the rotation of Chase Brown and Zack Moss.
Yeah, another tidbit from our conversation with Dan Pitcher this week, where he said any discrepancy, last week was 80-20 snap count for Zack Moss, is strictly early season, small sample size, and nothing necessarily specifically about either guy. Look for Chase Brown to be more involved than that. That said, that third down role is Zack Moss is right now because they want to give him all the reps in practice because there's so much involved in picking up blitzes and standing next to Burrow in those plays that if you didn't give that guy all the reps in practice, if he's going to be the one that has to be out there, he felt like he'd be doing them a disservice. So they really leaned into Zack Moss being that guy in that role. So he'll hold that down, but I would look for more from Chase Brown in other situations.
All right, Paul Dana Jr., always great having you aboard, brother. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, Bonds.
All right, that was Paul Dana Jr. Catch him on the Growler podcast as well. Up next is the Washington Commanders and Cincinnati Bengals on a primetime Ring of Honor night. Dan Hoard and Dave Lapham have the call up next, right here on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
The Jungle Zone, powered by Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky Toyota dealers, is the ultimate pregame spot. Swing by before every regular season game for music, food, drinks, and family fun games. And make sure to check out the latest Toyota all-wheel drive and electrified hybrid models on display. Perfect for every journey you take, whether it's to the game or a weekend adventure. For more information, check out Bingles.com/Jungle Zone. That's Bingles.com/Jungle Zone.
Hey Bengals fans, Paramount Plus is once again your home to stream the NFL on CBS every Sunday all season long. That's right, catch Joe Burrow and the boys in action and stream your live local NFL on CBS game all the way through the AFC Championship. So sign up and sign into Paramount Plus today.
Who they think gonna eat this pizza? Orlando Brown Jr. here to tell you about my new pizza deal with Donato's. The Big O Trio, 3 medium pizzas for just $30. Follow Donato Cincinnati on social for more information.
Orlando style!
Did your high school win a big football game this weekend? You can nominate your coach for the Bengals Coach of the Week Award, presented by Paycor. Visit Bengals.com/Coach of the Week. Together, the Bengals and Paycor are recognizing leaders who create great places to play.
Looking for an exciting job in the heart of the action? Aramark Sports and Entertainment is hiring at Paycor Stadium. From culinary enthusiasts to guest service superstars, Aramark is welcoming highly motivated professionals in dozens of career areas. Embark on your next adventure and join Aramark in bringing unforgettable experiences to fans. For more information, call 513-455-4900 or visit careers.aramark.com. Search for Paycor Stadium and apply today.
This is the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network. Bengals football is brought to you by Paycor, proud to be the official HR software provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. Fifth Third Bank. Score big with Bengals Banking. Visit 53.com to join the roster and earn exclusive perks. Want to experience the jungle?
He catches it at the 10 and takes it into the end zone. Touchdown! Bengals, 63 yards. The magic is back.
A limited number of tickets are available for all home games at Bengals.com. Grab yours while seats remain. This is the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
Tonight, the primetime spotlight shines on Cincinnati, where the atmosphere for night games is absolutely electric, as good as it gets in the NFL. That's helped the Bengals win 6 straight primetime home games, and they'll look to make it 7 tonight against the Washington Commanders. And it is time for the pigskin to fly here in the jungle. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Dan Hoard alongside former Bengals offensive lineman Dave Lapham. It is great to have you with us for our coverage of Cincinnati Bengals football. And it's time for Lap's Keys to owning the game. They are powered by Gravity Plus.
Dan, I'll tell you, as always, at the line of scrimmage, in a lot of cases here in this football game, the interior of the line of scrimmage is going to be so important. Washington has penetrators, disruptors at that defensive tackle position. There's no question. The defensive ends play up the field as well. Quick hitters, double team one of the defensive tackles and trap the other one. If you can catch them, if you can guess right, and you have a quick hitter, whether it's double teaming and single blocking the other or double teaming and trapping, I think, and you guess right, you can hurt them big time. In the passing game, they give you free access. They're not a big overload pressure team. They just bring one player off the edge. And, they're going to play a lot of two-high zone like we talked about earlier in the pregame with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase in this football game together. The tight ends, if they go too tight, they're going to have to make them pay in the middle of the football field. A big key is they need to establish rhythm early to fully take advantage of any big play opportunities and to jump on them right away, grab control of the game. Just like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did, Baker Mayfield at Tampa Bay against Washington, 37-20. Took control of the football game and then never let it go. Washington wants to grind out the ball, control the football game. Can't allow them to do that. You're going to have to get them behind by more than one score and make them abandon that philosophy. On the other side of it, you got to be assignment sound football against their running game. You have to be gap sound. Missed 16 tackles against the Patriots, cut it to 8 against Kansas City. How about cutting it to 4 tonight? Cut it in half again. They're a heavy zone read team. Run pass option team, screen team. They're trying to create easy throws to their rookie quarterback, who's an excellent scrambler. If you get out of your rush lane, if you lose integrity, he's going to make you pay. There's no question. He makes one read. If it's not there, he's going to tuck it and go, Dan. He's going to make you. He's going to make you pay if you don't play smart. The other thing in this football game, the interior behind those defensive tackles, those linebackers, Dan, they are smart. And man, they've seen a lot of football. They understand what the offense is trying to do, and they get in and out of checks with the best of them. It's a big chess match tonight with the Bermuda Triangle working against the interior of the Bengals offensive line.
The pregame vibe here at Paycor Stadium is amazing. They have turned off the primary stadium lights. Right now they've got some orange lights flashing off and on to give the stadium a really cool orange glow. Fans' cell phones connected to the Bengals app are flashing off and on like strobe lights. I don't think there's a team in the NFL that does a primetime game better than Cincinnati. I know I'm biased, but it's amazing here.
It is. I mean, the coordination of 60,000 people like this, I mean, it's 60,000 acting as one. It really is remarkable. Everybody buys in. Everybody's all in. It's a celebration, man. It's big time.
It's the second year in a row the Bengals have played in primetime in Week 3. Last year they opened 0-2. They got a badly needed win at home in primetime in Week 3 against the Los Angeles Rams, and they're hoping for something similar tonight in Week 3 against the Washington Commanders. In that game last year in Week 3, they inducted new members into the Ring of Honor, and that is obviously going to be the case at halftime tonight. They will be our rulers of the jungle, two of the roughest, toughest players ever to wear Bengals stripes, Tim Krumrie and Corey Dillon.
And they were, Dan, not only physical, but man, did they condition themselves. I mean, they were in for the full fight. You know, it wasn't for 2 quarters, wasn't for 3 quarters. At the end of the football game, or if it's in overtime, they're playing as hard and they're playing as efficiently as the first drive of the football game. They prided themselves on being fundamentally football conditioned, and they were spectacular at it, man. It was hard work. It wasn't by accident. Hard work by both of them. Their practice habits were second to none.
The primary stadium lights have been turned back on, and the smoke is rising from the pregame pyrotechnics. We are just about ready to go. For Monday Night Football in the jungle, we'll take a timeout. We'll be back with the coin toss and the start of tonight's game. It's Cincinnati versus Washington coming up next here on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
Hey, it's Dave Lapham for First Star Logistics, a Bengals sponsor and one of Cincinnati's fastest growing companies. It's where you can score your next great job as a broker agent. It'll be your job to figure out and arrange the best way to ship freight across the country and around the world. First Star gives you a great base salary, plus uncapped commissions. Go for the career win. Learn more at firststarlogistics.com and tell them Lapham sent you.
First Star Logistics, opportunity knocking.
I'm Zack Taylor, head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals. We need all of you to be your best for another amazing season. And since cancer is the second leading cause of death for adults in the U.S., prevention and early detection are key. So join me and the Cincinnati Bengals as we team up with Kettering Health to fight cancer in its earliest stages. Go to ketteringhealth.org/crucial catch and let's intercept cancer together.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore a seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Now, the officials have been talking for quite some time.
Alrighty, let's see what they have to say.
Upon further review, there is no penalty on the play. However, we have conferred and discovered that Bob, the line judge, has saved a boatload for his kids' college using Ohio's 529 plan. It is tax-free, accepted nationwide. Bob recommends we all go to collegeadvantage.com. First down.
Well, that's not entirely unexpected.
Classic Bob.
Paycor Stadium is packed tonight. It is packed with fans wearing orange and black. You can barely see anybody wearing Washington's burgundy and gold tonight for this primetime game at Paycor. Cincinnati's coin toss captains Evan McPherson and Akeem Davis-Gaither had a big interception of Patrick Mahomes last week. Let's listen into the coin toss.
Good evening, gentlemen. Welcome to regular season week 3 of Monday Night Football. Our coin tonight, tails and heads. I need your option, heads or tails. Tails is the call. And it is tails. You won the toss. You have option to defer. I assume you will receive. And in which direction will you kick? All right, Cincinnati will receive. Good luck, gentlemen.
Well, the coin toss accurately called tonight by 34-year-old, 13-year veteran Bobby Wagner, the great linebacker who will one day be in Canton in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He's had 100 or more tackles in 12 consecutive seasons. That is the second longest such streak in NFL history. The longest streak belongs to a guy who is currently a Washington broadcaster, former Washington linebacker London Fletcher.
I'll tell you what, Bobby Wagner, Dan, his football IQ, his ability to diagnose, his ability to see it before it happens is extraordinary. And the opening kickoff, as always, is presented by Altifiber. And field position is going to be a factor in this football game. And why not get started with a tremendous kickoff return for the Cincinnati Bengals?
Tim Krumrie and Corey Dillon up on the jungle throne, leading the fans in the Who Day chant, and now slamming that big wooden stick into the ground to signify that we are ready to go. Washington winning the toss and electing to defer, so the Bengals will get the ball to begin this primetime game in the jungle. Chase Brown and Travion Williams standing on the goal line, getting ready to return the opening kick.
Why not score first, Dan? Why not? I mean, get the upper hand in this football game. Washington wants to play ball control football. Score on your first drive. Score on your second drive. Disrupt that strategy big time.
Austin Seibert, a former Bengal, swings the right leg and thwack. We are underway. Chase Brown fields it at the 1. Sprints up the far side numerals to the 20. 25. Gets grabbed at the 29 and wrestled to the ground there. So the Bengals start from the 29-yard line. Former Kentucky Wildcat Jamin Davis made the kick coverage tackle for the Commanders. The Bengals wearing black jerseys tonight with white pants. Those pants have orange stripes. They've got orange socks on and the iconic orange tiger striped helmet. The Commanders wearing white jerseys, burgundy pants, and glossy burgundy helmets with a gold W on each side. The Bengals come out with an empty formation. They spread out 5 receivers. Here's a quick pass. Caught by Jamar Chase. Spins out of a tackle at the line of scrimmage and picks up a yard. Noah Igbenogany making the tackle for Washington.
Yeah, I'm going to call him Noah. And I'll tell you, that basically is almost like an outside run play. You know, get the ball out in the perimeter, see if you can execute a block there and spring Jamar Chase for yards after catch, yards after contact. Washington rallied pretty well.
Burrow in the shotgun on 2nd down and 9. The Bengals at their own 30. Zack Moss lines up to the quarterback's left. The Bengals send 3 receivers out to the right, including T. Higgins. Burrow to throw. Short pass. It's caught by Yossi Bosch. Lowers his shoulder pads and does not get the first down. He's up to the 37.5. He's about a yard and a half short. Rookie Mikey Sainristil making the tackle for Washington.
And Yossi Vash was wide open. There's no question. Washington doing a good job of rallying to the football and tackling at this point in time early in the football game. Huge third down right here. You do not want to go 3 and out at home.
3rd and a short 2 for the Bengals with the ball across Cincinnati's 37-yard line. Burrow catches a shoulder-high shotgun snap, looking, takes off. He'll run for the first down, and he goes into a feet-first slide at the 42-yard line. A 5-yard scramble for Joey B and a first down for Cincinnati.
Good call, Dan. He slid to the 44-yard line, but they mark it where he gave himself up. And that was around the 42-yard line. He basically assumed that hook slide position and line it up again for 1st and 10.
The Bengals have it at their own 42. The ball is on the left hash. Burrow in the gun. Moss off his right hip. Joe catches, turns right, gives it to Zack Moss, and he's thrown down quickly at the 44-yard line by Deron Payne, one of the 2 Pro Bowl defensive tackles that starts for Washington.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with running at those guys, trying to anchor them, see if you can double team them a little bit, try to get a pattern as to what they're doing. They do a lot of twisting inside, tackle twists and super loops. If you can guess right, you can crease them pretty well up the gut.
Eric All, the rookie tight end in the game, and he lines up at fullback as the Bengals are in a traditional I formation. It's a handoff to Moss. Great block to seal the edge. Moss runs for a first down out to the numerals at the Washington 41-yard line.
I like the persistence, Dan. Stay with it. If it doesn't happen right away, don't give up on it. Stay with it. Eric All is lined up as a fullback. It's an I formation. Joe Burrow's under center. Eric All is the lead blocker. Big Trent Brown gets his block. Eric All leads it up inside on the linebacker, and off to the races goes Moss.
15 yards on that run for Zack Moss. Chase goes out to the left. Higgins goes out to the right. 2 tight ends in the game for Cincinnati. Sample and All. They're both in 3-point stances. Burrow under center. Play action fake. 5-step drop. Deep ball for Chase.
Yeah.
Got it at the 5. Touchdown! Bengals! Joe Burrow floating a beautiful ball downfield. Jamar Chase doing the gritty, and the Bengals score a touchdown on their opening drive.
And Dan, he just took off up the sideline. Safety couldn't help. I mean, he was not going to run anywhere but right up the sideline. Beat the cornerback and run the ball effectively. Have a 15-yard scamper. What do? Play action pass. And throw the ball down the football field. People are saying, when the Bengals going to stretch the field? Well, Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow just said, right now for a big touchdown.
Evan McPherson in to attempt the 33-yard PAT from straight away, and he splits the uprights. The Bengals shine in prime time to get this game started as Joe Burrow delivers a 41-yard touchdown pass to numero uno, Jamar Chase. We'll take a timeout, 11:37 left in the first quarter. 7-0 Cincinnati on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
You've just hit a life milestone. What does that mean for your money? I'm Amy Wagner with Allworth, and we understand that with major life changes come unexpected money epiphanies. Whether it's a big birthday, career shift, or you've just hit a wealth milestone that's outgrown your ability to manage it alone, Allworth creates customized financial plans that evolve with your changing life. Ready to talk about your money epiphany? Visit allworthfinancial.com or call 833-GO-ALLWORTH to schedule a free consultation with a Cincinnati area advisor today.
Tri-State Jeep buyers and football fans alike. Mike Castrucci Jeep is #1 in Cincinnati for a reason. Is it our upfront discounts, our no-nonsense pricing approach, or is it our generous and unbeatable trade-in allowances, or is it our unparalleled selection? See for yourself. Check us out online or visit us today. That's Mike Castrucci, Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Fairfax.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices. Plus, extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with points. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Every Wednesday during the regular season, join Dave Lapham and Dan Horde on ESPN 1530 for Bengals Game Plan, presented by Bud Light. For more information, visit Bengals.com/listen.
7-0 Cincinnati here on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network. The Bengals start the game with a 6-play, 71-yard touchdown drive. Joe Burrow with a perfectly thrown 41-yard TD pass to his buddy Jamar Chase. Those details brought to you by ProLink. Together, they'll help you find your next job. Apply at ProLinkWorks.com. That was Joe Burrow's 100th career regular season touchdown pass. You know, last year, Lapp, in the first 2 weeks of the season, Jamar Chase had 10 catches for 70 yards. Last year, or this year rather, in the first 2 weeks, 10 catches, same number. A slightly bigger yardage total, but not much, 97 yards. In week 3 last year, they got it to him 12 times for 141 yards. We might see something similar tonight. This kickoff by McPherson blasted through the back of the end zone for a touchback, and the Commanders will have it at the 30.
Yeah, and Jamar Chase, you have number 0, Sanders still, going against number 1. And number 1 just gives him basically a token inside move, breaks it toward the sideline. Joe Burrow keeps it over his outside shoulder so the safety can't help. They're playing safeties deep, trying to give help on the outside. But Jamar Chase ran a nice route, and Joe Burrow, like we were talking during breakdown, if he threw that ball 50 times, he couldn't have thrown it any better.
The starting quarterback, Heisman Trophy winner Jayden Daniels, the second pick in this year's draft. It's a handoff on first down. It goes to Austin Ekeler as Washington came out with 2 running backs on the field, and the former Chargers star picks up 8, running to the 38-yard line.
Well, they ripped it, too. They ripped it up the football field. Good job up front, and Ekeler made a quick cut and went.
Washington stays with 2 running backs. Daniels throws a pass, caught by Ekeler, and he gets shoved in the back by Dax Hill and pushed out of bounds at the 46-yard line. So a run by Ekeler and a pass to Ekeler. Nothing new for Austin Ekeler, who has always been a great dual threat running back.
No huddle for the Washington Commanders. They're at the line of scrimmage, and they're getting signals from the sideline, and they're going up-tempo.
Daniels flanked by a running back on each side. Zach Ertz, veteran tight end, motions into a wing position on the left. It's a handoff. This time it's Robinson, and the former Alabama standout is tackled for no gain by Jermaine Pratt.
Yeah, they motion Ertz across the formation. Trap block, now go, no go. Bengals defensive front does a good job. Everybody read it out, stayed in their gap, didn't get moved. Second down and long.
Yeah, it's a tackle for loss. A 1-yard loss on that play. Jermaine Pratt getting into the backfield to tackle Robinson. So second down and 11. Washington at its own 45. Jayden Daniels with a screen. Caught by Ekeler. Slices between 2 Bengals who appeared to be right there and flies to the Cincinnati 40 for a first down.
Boy, very savvy move by Ekeler. I mean, Jermaine Pratt read it, and Jermaine Pratt was out there. And Jermaine Pratt he's trying to make a play, and Sam Hubbard and Jermaine Pratt, he cuts inside of both of them. That's just a heads-up move by Ekeler. Boy, he makes a quick decision, and his cuts are extreme.
14 yards and a first down on the play for Washington. The Commanders have it at the Cincinnati 40. They keep 2 running backs on the field. Jayden Daniels back to throw. Good protection. Now he begins scrambling to the right, and he is racing toward the sideline, and he gets shoved out of bounds by Jermaine Pratt.
Well,
Jayden Daniels can motor. He picks up 7.
No doubt, Dan. And like you said, the protection was extraordinary. And when he got out of the pocket, there was nobody out there. I mean, Washington did a great job of locking guys up. I mean, they not only had them blocked, they had total control of them, and Daniels hurt him on the perimeter.
This is the 8th straight year Washington has had a new starting quarterback in week 1. Jayden Daniels making his 3rd NFL start tonight. Second down and 3 at the Cincinnati 33. It's an inside handoff to Robinson, and he's brought down short of the first down. Tackled after a 1-yard gain. Third down and 2 coming up, and rookie Cedric Johnson made the stop.
Pratt read it. Pratt walked up into the gap between the guard and tackle, and he kind of disrupted it a little bit. Lou Anarumo made a good call. Jermaine Pratt delivered on the football field with his read. So both of those guys combined for a good play on second down, third and short.
Cedric Johnson in on one end, Joseph Osai on the other. Hendrickson and Hubbard currently on the sidelines. Daniels back to throw. Now he's in trouble. He's brought down. Tufele wrapping up Jayden Daniels. A Bengals helmet popped off. It belonged to Jay Tufele, but he makes the stop, and it's 4th down and 2 at the 32.
He couldn't find his helmet. He got up, he's like looking around, and Jayden Daniels says, it's over there. It rolled over there. He's got so much hair. I mean, it's unbelievable how much hair Tufele has. And that helmet came rolling off right away. He's at the bottom of the pile without a helmet.
Rather than attempting a 50-yard field goal, Washington lines up to go for it. Jayden Daniels in the gun, Brian Robinson to his right. 3 receivers out to the left, 1 out to the right. Daniels is ready, catches a shoulder-high snap, looking to throw, fires, caught at the 18-yard line, down to the 5, inside the 5, and out of bounds at the 2 goes Luke McCaffrey, Christian's younger brother. It'll be 1st and goal at the 2.
Boy, a gutsy call right there. You know, it's like, you know what? Not going to do, no hesitation. Dan Quinn says we're going for it. And man, that's early in the football game, making a statement right there. They're now 3 for 3 on 4th down, which is tied for best mark in the NFL, obviously.
Last week in a win over the Giants, Washington scored on every possession except for a 1-play kneel down at the end of the half, but they were all field goals. 1st and goal from the 2, out of a pistol. Daniels hands it off, but the play is blown dead.
Yeah, did the Bengals call a timeout? They had 12 men in the field, and they were trying to exit to the back of the end zone.
In formation. Defense. Half the distance to the goal. And 1st down.
They called a penalty on Akeem Davis-Gaither. He didn't exit the sideline. He exited out the back of the end zone. Leon Rumo trying to make a personnel substitution. And with the up-tempo, Washington was ready for it. Now it's half the distance to the goal.
Chris Jenkins is in there on the defensive line, making his NFL debut. Lawrence Guy, making his Bengals debut, is in there on the defensive line. 1st and goal from the 1. Robinson is the running back. Daniels gives it to him. Brian Robinson gets stacked up. No signal of a touchdown yet. The officials come charging in, and they are going to spot it just shy of the goal line.
Yeah, right on the 1-foot line, absolutely.
Jenkins and Tufele combining to bring down Brian Robinson, and he's a load. He is a thumper. Ran for 204 yards against the University of Cincinnati in the Cotton Bowl a few years ago. He was the Cotton Bowl MVP.
He's got 1 rushing touchdown. Daniels has 2. So those guys are they're the threats.
Daniels under center on 2nd and goal inside the 1. Turns right, gives it to Robinson, and he has his legs chopped out from under him by slot corner Mike Hilton. A loss on the play, back to the 1, but a penalty flag is down.
Well, I hope he wasn't offside.
Defense, number 57. Lined up in the neutral zone. Half the distance to the goal. 2nd down.
Now, those are the kind of things you can't have. You don't want to self-destruct with a critical penalty, and they got Pratt for lining up offside. Hilton just came down off that slot corner. He came now. I mean, he just flew up the football field. Pratt is definitely offside. His shoulder pads, his helmet, everything is hanging over that football. Past the neutral zone, it was hanging over the ball.
2nd and goal, inches away. Jayden Daniels in the shotgun, standing at the 5-yard line. The rookie quarterback hands it off to Robinson, and he knifes through the middle of the line for a Washington TD.
Well, that was a quick answer by Washington. I mean, this football game, both offenses came out in high gear. Bengals go right down the football field. Washington answers, and Washington did pretty much what they wanted to do too, get their ground game established, and just down block center and right guard, just form a little crease right there. Excellent blocking at the point of attack. Robinson would have scored and touched football.
The key play on the drive, going for it on 4th and 2 and getting a 30-yard gain down to the 2-yard line to rookie Luke McCaffrey. The PAT by Austin Seibert, is up and through. And Washington has tied the game. 5:25 remaining in the first quarter. Very exciting thus far. Cincinnati 7, Washington 7 here on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
At Toyota's national sales event, you can choose from more hybrid and all-wheel drive vehicles than anyone else, including the best-selling RAV4. Now through September 3rd, choose 4.99 APR financing on a new 2024 RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid with approved credit through TFS. Excludes RAV4 Prime. Or you can get a great lease deal on RAV4. Plus, you get 2 years no-cost maintenance. Get details at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, Bengals fans. As the official whiskey of the NFL, it's not a kickoff without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. And that's why we've built the Crown Royal Rig. An absurdly awesome 18-wheeler delivering the generous spirit to stadiums and tailgates across the country. Follow the Royal Rig on its journey from city to city, bringing together local cuisine, NFL legends, and the opportunity to pack a purple bag for charity and win tickets to Super Bowl 59. Visit crownroyal.com for rules and more. Please drink responsibly.
Now, the officials have been talking for quite some time.
Alrighty, let's see what they have to say.
Upon further review, there is no penalty on the play. However, we have conferred and discovered that Bob, the line judge, has saved a boatload for his kids' college using Ohio's 529 plan. It is tax-free, accepted nationwide. Bob recommends we all go to collegeadvantage.com. First down.
Well, that's not entirely unexpected.
Classic Bob.
United Electric has served the tri-state area for more than 60 years. For all your commercial and industrial electrical needs, call Rick Rebholz at 513-383-7547 or visit us online at unitedelec.com.
Get an edge with Bengals Banking. Visit 53.com to learn more about our Fifth Third Better perks for Bengals fans just like you.
Well, that looked familiar to LSU football fans. Joe Burrow leading the Bengals 71 yards for a touchdown drive, and Jayden Daniels answering with a 70-yard touchdown drive for the Commanders. 7-7 the score, 5:25 left in the first quarter here on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network. Joe Burrow and Jayden Daniels are acquaintances, not close friends, but they've gotten to know each other, and Joe texted Jayden Daniels before the Heisman ceremony last year and told him to savor every little moment.
Good advice. Excellent
no doubt.
Advice. Yeah.
Seibert will kick off from the 35. Chase Brown waiting at the goal line. The ball is kicked in his direction, and he will start from the 1. Running behind Travion Williams, angles toward the middle of the field. Great special teams tackle at the 23-yard line. It looked like there might be some meat on that bone as Chase Brown started running up the field, but the one guy in position to knock him down succeeded.
Jeremy Reeves, I think it might have been. Boy, he did a great job defeating the block right in the middle of the football field and put a big hit on him.
So the Bengals have it 1st and 10 at their own 23. T. Higgins will go out to the left. Jamar Chase out to the right. Chase Brown in the game at running back. The Bengals have 2 tight ends on the field, Gresicki and Sample. Burrow in the gun. Higgins motions out to the right. Burrow inside handoff. Chase Brown sprinting quickly past the 30-yard line. They'll mark the ball down right around the 30. It's a 7-yard gain for Chase Brown.
Nice job inside by the Bengals interior of the offensive line, controlling the defensive tackles on that particular occasion. You can't double both of them. You have to pick and choose which one you're going to double. Then the other guy has got him man-on-man, and Volson did a pretty good job in his man-on-man matchup right there.
Igbenogany made the tackle for Washington. And the Bengals have it 2nd down and 3 at their own 30 in a 7-7 game. Eric All motions. Cincinnati hands it off. Chase Brown runs to the 32. He's a yard short of the first down, running behind the right side of the offensive line. Deron Payne making the stop, and the Bengals are looking at 3rd down and 1.
This particular drive, starting out, they're just going right at the 2 defensive tackles. They're saying, we're going to anchor you, and we're going to double you, And at some point, we're going to trap you, and we're going to hit you from every angle we can possibly hit you from. And hopefully you're going to start looking around instead of penetrating so quickly.
Chase Brown out, Zack Moss in. The Bengals line up in a pistol formation. Eric All motions to the left. Double tight ends on the field. Now All motions to the right. They hand it off to Zack Moss, and he'll run for the first down. He picks up 3, spinning forward between the hash marks out to the 35-yard line. Safety Percy Butler making the stop.
So far, I'm impressed with how the offensive line's coming off the football and sustaining blocks. You know, they're finishing blocks. That's the big key. This football team, with that defensive line they have and with the 2 linebackers they have, you have to sustain contact. You have to finish.
Charlie Jones checks in. He's one of 3 receivers out to the left, along with Chase and Higgins. Now Jamar motions into the backfield like a running back. Burrow back to throw. Fires, caught by Chase at the 40. Runs to the 45 for a first down. Lowers the pads and makes it to midfield for a 15-yard gain.
Gresicki doing everything he possibly can down the football field to give Jamar Chase an opportunity for extra yards. And this got 2 safeties deep. They're playing cover 2, and they're stuck in cover 2. Jamar Chase just settles right in front of the linebackers. And then he goes north and south, squares up those shoulder pads and lowers those bad boys. And Gresicki's doing everything he can in the middle of the football field to get him some yards.
58 receiving yards in the first quarter for Jamar Chase, including a 41-yard touchdown. 1st and 10 at midfield. Burrow fakes to Moss, has time, throws, short pass, caught by Eric All. And the big tight end is pulled down near the line of scrimmage. Frankie Luvu, signed as a free agent in the offseason by Washington, makes the stop.
Luvu he brings it, man. He is a big-time hitter. And they really like Wagner and Luvu at the linebacker position, particularly behind those 4 stout defensive linemen that we talked about, in particular, the 2 interior defensive tackles, both Pro Bowlers, former teammates at Alabama.
2nd down and about 9 with the ball at the 49 of the Commanders. 7-7 is the first quarter score. Burrow in the gun. Catches a chest-high snap. Fires over the middle. Short pass caught by Moss. And he'll be tackled short of the first down. Gained about 5. It's going to be 3rd down and 4.5. Jamin Davis making the stop.
Well, I think the touchdown bomb to Jamar Chase even has Dan Quinn saying, let's play softer, deeper cover 2. Nothing more over our heads. Make them earn everything. No more football flying 40-plus yards for touchdowns. And you're going to have to check it down like Joe's doing and be patient.
Higgins goes out to the left. 3 receivers, including Chase, closest to the offensive line, out to the right. The ball is at the 44 of Washington. The Bengals need to get in between the 39 and the 40 for a first down. Burrow facing a blitz, back to throw.
Nice.
His pass is caught by T. Higgins.
Nice.
He breaks a tackle and runs to the 29 for a Bengals first down. Everybody standing up and saying, T.
T. Sanders still. He ran him over. I mean, Sanders still, he tried to make the hit on T. Higgins, and Sanders still's like, man, yeah, I can make this tackle. Nope, you can't.
The Bengals go hurry up. No huddle. They're lined up and ready to go at the 29. Shotgun snap. Burrow looking left. Swing pass caught by Chase Brown, and he's thrown down for a loss at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, chin right there. He said, you know what? I'm not taking it on the chin, you are. He read that thing, and he came upfield pronto.
Joe Burrow has started the game with 8 consecutive completions. We're down to 17 seconds to go in the first quarter with a running clock. 7-7 the score. The Bengals have it 2nd down and 11 at the 30-yard line of Washington. 8 seconds left in the first quarter. The Bengals are lined up. An empty backfield for Joe Burrow. 4 receivers right, 1 out to the left. Joe catches the shotgun snap. His pass is incomplete, intended for Chase Brown. Took a big-time hit from Mikey Sainristil and could not hold on to the ball.
Man, I thought, wow, was that helmet to helmet? No, it wasn't. It was just a heck of a hit.
And the first quarter has come to an end. At the end of 1, 7-7 is the score. And this is the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
They come here illegally, crossing our southern border. Then Sherrod Brown rolls out the welcome mat for them here in Ohio. Brown voted to give amnesty to 11 million illegal immigrants, including those convicted of crimes like drunk driving, aggravated assault, and child abuse. And Sherrod Brown voted 10 times to protect sanctuary cities in Ohio, which released dangerous illegals back onto the street, making Ohio's neighborhoods less safe. And while we struggle to make ends meet, Sherrod Brown is voting to give illegals taxpayer-funded benefits, like health care for illegals granted amnesty, Social Security, COVID relief checks, even a program to fly Haitian migrants into Ohio airports, all paid for by you, the taxpayer. You think you know Sherrod Brown? Well, after 31 years in Washington, Sherrod Brown's way too liberal for Ohio. American Crossroads paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. AmericanCrossroads.org.
As the official Wi-Fi and internet provider of the Cincinnati Bengals, AltaFiber understands the importance of staying connected. That's why AltaFiber provides blazing fast internet, 99.99% reliability, and a next-generation Wi-Fi experience powered by Eero. Switch to AltaFiber today and download and upload faster than Spectrum with Cincy's only 2 gig symmetrical speeds. Fiber internet plans start at just $49.99 a month. Visit AltaFiber.com or call 513-565-FAST to learn more. AltaFiber, elevating connection.
Health insurance companies are expected to carry health benefits, but CareSource does so much more. We look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals to see the challenges that face our members. Then we help them achieve not just better health, but better lives. Along with great benefits, we also help our members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and rides so they can find greater independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining health insurance.
Dan Horta and Dave Lapham back at jam-packed Paycor Stadium here on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network. 7-7 is the score at the end of a quarter. Coming into the game, as we told you on the pregame show, opposing quarterbacks had a passer rating of 127 this season against the Washington Commanders. Joe Burrow topped that in the first quarter, 143.1, including a 41-yard TD to Jamar Chase. But it's third down and 11 at the 30-yard line of Washington to begin the second quarter. Burrow waits for a shotgun snap with Moss lined up to his left. Chase and Higgins both out to the right. Burrow drops back to throw. Floats one down the left sideline. Incomplete. Knocked away from Gresicki at the 10-yard line. Percy Butler and Jeremy Chin arrived at the right time to punch it out. And the Bengals will settle for a field goal attempt from Evan McPherson.
That's a good defensive play right there. Same type of throw. I mean, you have Gresicki taking it toward the sideline. Throw it over the outside shoulder. Joe Burrow gets it there. But, boy, just could not quite get it downfield enough, and Chin makes a play on it because he can't squeeze it.
This will be a 48-yard attempt from the left hash mark for Evan McPherson. He was one of the coin toss captains prior to the game. Rookie punter Ryan Rico will hold. Rico is set, places the ball down. The kick is on its way. A spinning, end-over-end kick, and it is no good. Money Mack with his first miss of the year. He pulled it a bit, and the Bengals failed to score. We'll take a timeout. 14:51 left in the second quarter. 7-7 is the score here on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
Experience the NFL with On Location, the official hospitality provider of the NFL. On Location offers official tickets and unrivaled access to all of the NFL's premier events. With exclusive partnerships with more than 20 NFL teams, On Location brings you up close for all of the action, providing fans with unforgettable moments from draft day to Super Bowl Sunday and everything in between. Visit NFLOnLocation.com for more information. That's NFLOnLocation.com.
Skyline's now the official chili of the Cincinnati Bengals. And that celebrate a Bengals win, then Skyline Chili. Stop by your neighborhood Skyline on game day and Coney up, Bengals Nation. It's Skyline time.
Hooday! Bengals fans know how to do game day, and Snyder's of Hanover pretzel pieces will have you chanting for more. Each bite of tangy honey mustard and onion flavor brings the perfect amount of bold, sweet crunch. These craveable oven-baked pieces are ready to elevate your game day snack spread. Stock up on Snyder's of Hanover honey mustard pieces to cheer on every snap, sack, and score. Available to pick up at Kroger today.
Bengals fans, the jungle awaits. Now's the time to join the Bengals season ticket wait list.
Claim your place on the wait list for just $150 per seat. You'll get first priority to purchase Bengals season tickets when they become available. Plus, get first access to single game tickets and playoff tickets while supplies last.
Some things are worth the wait. Join the season ticket wait list today and rule the jungle with us. Visit Bengals.com or call the Bengals ticket hotline at 513-621-8383.
Thank you for tuning in here on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network. We are 9 seconds into the second quarter. Cincinnati and Washington are tied at 7, and the Commanders' second possession of the game will begin from their own 38 after a rare miss from Evan McPherson. He had been 5 for 5 on field goal attempts this year, but he missed a little bit left from 48 yards away.
And at defensive tackle, Lawrence Guy is in the football game. They just recently signed this veteran football player who has seen all kinds of snaps. He's in the game right now at defensive tackle.
He is a 14-year vet, 34 years old. Spent the last 7 years with the Patriots. On 1st and 10, Washington hands it off to Brian Robinson. Von Bell knocks him down with help at the 45-yard line. Joseph Osai also in on the stop, but that's a 7-yard run on first down.
On the season, on 29 carries, averaging 6 yards a pop, 173 yards rushing coming into the football game. Those yards, 8th in the National Football League. I mean, he's been effective.
He had a career-high 133 last week in a win over the New York Giants. They fake it to him on 2nd and 3. Daniels rolls right, being chased toward the sideline. Wow, Hakeem Davis-Gaither had him, spun him around. Jayden Daniels somehow stayed on his feet and ran past the line to gain for a first down. He picked up 4.
Jayden Daniels is a good athlete. I mean, he showed he's 6'4", 210 pounds. Doesn't seem like it. He looks like pretty long and light, but I mean, he can run. He runs like running backs, defensive backs. He's got some speed. Good thing he didn't find the middle of the football field. He had a tight end roaming around down there pretty open.
He's on a pace to run for more than 1,100 yards this year. He had 88 in week 1. 1st and 10, Commanders. They're at their own 49-yard line. It's an inside handoff. Robinson slipped, and as a result, he'll be tackled for no gain. Jermaine Pratt building up a high tackle total early.
And now, I think it was, they're on the logo. They're on the Bengals B logo, and sometimes that paint job can be a little slick. It looked like as he planned it, trying to change direction, feed went right out from under him.
Now 2 running backs in the game for Washington, Robinson and Ekeler. This was effective on Washington's opening touchdown drive that went 70 yards. They both line up to the right of the quarterback. Jayden Daniels ready, the slender rookie back to throw. Fires a pass and a sliding catch made for a first down by Noah Brown at the Cincinnati 35-yard line.
That's a pretty good connection between quarterback and receiver. I mean, he threw it low and inside, saying, I know you can make a play. I'm going to put the football where only you can make a play on that football. And he trusted that his receiver would go to the ground and protect the football, which is exactly what took place.
When I saw that Noah Brown had joined the Washington Commanders this year, I began having nightmares based on the game he had against Cincinnati last year for the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line of Cincinnati. Jayden Daniels back to throw. Now he's going to float it high and deep, and he threw it away. Terry McLaurin was open downfield. Trey Hendrickson put some pressure on Jayden Daniels, and as a result, the pass was incomplete. Getting back to Noah Brown lap, in that game last year for Washington, he had 7 receptions, and 6 of them went as follows: 30, 28, 29, 20, 34, 22. Not sure I've ever seen a receiver have that many 20-plus catches in a single game.
I'll tell you, if Trey Hendrickson doesn't apply that pressure, Dan, it's a touchdown. Bengals defender slipped and fell in coverage.
Timeout.
That's why receiver was wide open, but he's trying to throw the football as he's going backwards from a hit from Trey Hendrickson and couldn't throw it accurately.
Washington calls a timeout, so we'll take a break. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Commanders at the Bengals 35 when we come back. 12:15 left in the second quarter. 7-7 is the score, and this is the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
Shop the Bengals Pro Shop for the very best selection of Bengals gear. Choose from Nike sideline tees, polos, and new era caps. Look for your favorite player's jersey in men's, women's, and youth black or white. Want a football or bobblehead? We've got that too. Open 7 days a week. Located at Paycor Stadium Plaza level, North End Zone. Can't stop by? Then shop online at www.bengals.com/pro shop.
Hooday! Bengals fans know how to do game day, and Signers of Hanover pretzel pieces will have you chanting for more. Each bite of tangy honey mustard and onion flavor brings the perfect amount of bold, sweet crunch. These craveable oven-baked pieces are ready to elevate your game day snack spread. Stock up on Signers of Hanover honey mustard pieces to cheer on every snap, sack, and score. Available to pick up at Kroger today.
With unlimited plans from Mike's Car Wash, the more you wash, the more you save. And you can wash as often as you want. You'll love the value of an unlimited wash plan from Mike's Car Wash. Unlimited plans available at all 40 Mike's Car Wash locations. Open daily, 7 to 9.
Experience the NFL with On Location, the official hospitality provider of the NFL. On Location offers official tickets and unrivaled access to all of the NFL's premier events. With exclusive partnerships with more than 20 NFL teams, On Location brings you up close for all of the action, providing fans with unforgettable moments from draft day to Super Bowl Sunday and everything in between. Visit NFLOnLocation.com for more information. That's NFLOnLocation.com.
Behind every successful business is a strong leader. That's why the Cincinnati Bengals leave HR to Paycor. Paycor's HR software helps build winning teams and great places to work. We're pumped to watch Bengals history unfold at Paycor Stadium. Find out how Paycor can help your business at Paycor.com.
12:15 remaining here in the second quarter. Cincinnati and Washington are tied at 7. The Bengals trying to get off the schneid in week 3 and get their first win of the year. Right now, there's only one 0-3 team in the NFL. That is Tennessee, as former Bengals offensive coordinator Brian Callahan looks for his first win as a head coach. It looks like Jacksonville is going to be 0-3. The Jags trail Buffalo 27-3 in the other Monday night game tonight. Second down and 10 for Washington. Austin Ekeler in at running back. Daniels back to throw. Hendrickson got tackled. Here's a pass. It is caught. McCaffrey will pick up 11 yards and a first down.
Trey's hurt.
He gets tackled at the 24. Jermaine Pratt with the stop.
Trey's checking out. Osai's checking in. So Trey Hendrickson went to the ground, like you said, as he got up. He had a definite hitch to get along. He still's not off the football field. Helmet off now. Training staff coming over. I think he just needs to collect himself a little bit, hopefully.
Do you think he slipped? Is that why he went down?
There's a good shot, a chance, and then offensive lineman said, I'll drive you to the ground.
Here's a first down handoff. Ekeler bouncing it wide to the left. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Washington. A right-handed spike by Austin Ekeler, and Washington has scored touchdowns on its first 2 drives to take a 13-7 lead.
What did Washington do? Let's run right where Trey Hendrickson vacated. Let's run right over in that side of the line of scrimmage. I mean, he squeezes through. Ekeler takes it to the house before Geno Stone can get there. So they said, you know what? The right side of the defensive football team may have a little bit of an adjustment to do in the absence of Trey Hendrickson. Let's test it.
So after settling for 7 field goals last week, Washington is 2 for 2 on touchdowns so far tonight. Seibert's extra point is good, and the Commanders have taken a 14-7 lead. We'll take a timeout. 11 and a half minutes to go in the half. Washington up by 7 on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
Catch up on all the highlights and expert analysis with Dave Lapham and Lance McAllister on Bengals Line. Monday nights from 6 to 9. Visit Bengals.com/listen for more information.
Hi, Kevin St. Clair here with my wife, Alyssa St. Clair.
After 3 generations, we're proud to say that we are over 70 years strong.
We're just one big family, so give us a call and let us show you why we are your home's trusted problem solvers.
Ray St. Clair Roofing.
AE Door is the Tri-State's choice for garage doors, entry doors, awnings, and windows.
With 10 to 15% off any of these products in September, plus an additional 5% off your total order when you combine 2 or more.
Find out more at aedorsales.com.
What's poppin'? Justin Jefferson here.
Football is a lot of explosion, a lot of energy and attitude.
It's a whole different vibe. With these open earbuds, it's like you're in the moment, but also you can hear everything around you. You can be involved.
To have good sound and to be so light on your ear means a lot to me. Putting that music into my ears,
you feel good enough to go out there and play.
You turn on that switch, no one can stop you.
For more, check out Bose.com.
Attention all nonprofit organizations. Looking for creative ways to fundraise? Aramark is actively seeking nonprofit groups to operate concession stands at Paycor Stadium during Cincinnati Bengals home games. Organizations will receive a donation from Aramark for each game their group volunteers. Increase impact, engage with the community, and fundraise with flair. Join Aramark in making a difference. To learn more and secure a spot, call 513-455-4914 or visit Bengals.com/community/concessions.
Watch your Bengals this season on the NFL on CBS, streaming on Paramount Plus. Washington 14, Cincinnati 7. 11:31 left in the half. Each team has had the ball twice. Each team averaging more than 7 yards per snap. But the Commanders have scored touchdowns on both of their drives. The Bengals scored a TD on their first, missed a field goal on their second.
And 2 of the 3 touchdowns in this game, Dan. Touchdown run of 24 yards, touchdown pass of over 40 for the Bengals. There's been 1 short yardage red zone touchdown run by Robinson. They've made some explosive plays, haven't had to bother that much with the red zone at this stage.
Seibert will kick off, and so far he has not been going for touchbacks. He's been kicking it down to about the 1, and Washington has successfully tackled the Bengals before they get to the 30. This kick, once again, fielded near the 1 by Chase Brown. The speedster is at the 20, 25, 30, and brought down at the 30-yard line. Nick Ballore with the special teams tackle, and the Bengals will have it at the 30. Down by 7, trailing for the first time tonight.
You know, Nick Ballore, you look at a guy like that, been in the league for a long time. I mean, he's a double-digit guy.
14th year.
Yeah, and he's covered kickoffs with the Young Bucks. I mean, that's a pretty damn good teammate right there.
The Bengals are bunched in extremely tight. Nobody outside the numerals on 1st and 10 from the 30. Burrow under center, play action fake. 5-step drop. Now throws it to the running back Moss. Zack Moss toward the Bengals sideline. Tackled short of the first down, but a good gain on first down. He picks up 8. St. Juice and Luvu making the stop.
So after the Bengals gashed him on that big play on the first touchdown drive, they're saying, you're not going to throw it over our heads. You're going to have to check it down. You're going to have to take these short passes, dink and dunk it.
Lap, you're getting your wish. Amarius Mims in as a 6th offensive lineman.
This isn't a big formation. This is a huge formation.
On 2nd down, the Bengals hand it off to Zack Moss. He'll run for the first down as he topples forward to the 44-yard line for a gain of 5. So Amarius Mims making his NFL debut, the Bengals' first-round draft pick out of Georgia, the massive offensive lineman.
I'll tell you what, with those 2 guys lining up right next to each other, I mean, that's like over 13 and a half feet and about 700 pounds coming off the line of scrimmage. And guess where the Bengals ran? Zack Moss cozied up right behind him.
Marius is checked out of the game. Chase Brown in at running back. 1st and 10 Bengals at their own 44, down by 7, 2nd quarter. Burrow hands it off to Chase Brown. Big hole, middle of the field, between the hash marks. He'll run for a first down. Tackled at the 42 by Bobby Wagner as Chase Brown exploded up the middle of the field.
Love it. Run right at those 2 defensive tackles. Quick hitter. What's happening with him? They split him. Both defensive tackles took outside charges. There was a huge cavity for linebacker Bobby Wagner to fill. I don't care how great you are. if you've got two A gaps and a B gap to fill, you're in trouble, and he was.
14 yards on the run. Jermaine Burton in the game. He goes out to the right. Jamar Chase is out to the left. 1st and 10 Cincinnati. The Bengals line up in a pistol at the 42. Burrow fakes a handoff. Short pass, caught. Chase Brown running toward the near sideline. That was the same play they ran to begin the drive. And Chase Brown makes it down to the 34 for an 8-yard gain. Luvu with the tackle.
The late, great Bill Walsh is smiling. West Coast principle. Fake the handoff to a running back, then throw it to him down the football field. A lot of times, Bill Walsh, his mindset was they just forget about him. They think, all right, well, fake the ball to him. He's going to block whatever. And he's an active receiver down the football field, and it worked for 8 yards for the Bengals.
Burton out. Yossi Bosch in. He's out to the left. Jamar Chase is out to the right. Chase Brown stays in at running back. 2nd down and 2 at the Washington 34-yard line. Burton hands it off. Chase Brown grabbed and tackled. He gained 1, so he did not get the first down. Luvu made the tackle, and it's 3rd down and 1.
Luvu's definitely a headbanger now. This guy's a downhill dude. He tape on this man. He has his share of bell ringers. He will stick you.
The Bengals are 3 for 4 on 3rd down conversions so far. It is 3rd down and 1 at the 33 of Washington. Zack Moss checks in at running back. The Bengals have 2 tight ends on the field. Eric All getting personal instructions. Face mask to face mask from Joe Burrow. Now he motions to the right. Burrow back to throw. Passes. Caught by Eric All. Spins to the 25. He's got the first down before being driven backward. Bobby Wagner with a tackle, and the Bengals pick up 3rd and 1.
And I think Joe said, hey, heads up, be alert. You're a primary target on this. I'll be coming to you. Motions across the backfield, gets it to him. Has to catch it a couple times. Whoa. Hang in there. If Wagner was closer and delivered a blow at the inception of the play, right as the ball was hitting his hands, might have been tough, but Wagner was about 2 or 3 yards late.
We are midway through the second quarter. The Bengals are down by 7, but driving. They have a first down at the 25 of Washington. Trips to the left, including Higgins and Chase. Burrow to throw. Fires over the middle. Caught at the 8-yard line. It's going to be first down and goal for Cincinnati. Mike Gresicki with the catch. Go mark him down at the 9.
And here we go. Tight ends getting involved again. Last week, 14 catches, 151 yards. All makes a catch. Gresicki makes a catch. Here they are in the low red zone trying to tie this football game up.
Mike Gresicki had half of those 14 catches last week for 91 yards. They actually spot the ball now at the 8, so it is first and goal at the 8 as the Bengals look for a tying TD. Gresicki detaches, goes out to the left. Yossi Bosch and Higgins to the right. Chase in the backfield. Burrow pressured. Joe will get sacked.
Red zone sack.
Grabbed at the 14-yard line, eventually tackled around the 18, and an offensive lineman is down for Cincinnati.
Man,
it's Trent Brown.
Yeah, that's not good. Trent Brown down. That means Mims. Get ready to go. Get ready to go, Rook. At least you got in the football game and anchored your pads a little bit. But man, you don't take a red zone sack. I'm surprised Joe didn't throw it away.
We'll take a timeout as they look at Trent Brown. 6:25 remaining in the half. The score is 14-7 in favor of Washington here on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
During Toyota's national sales event, you can choose from more hybrid and all-wheel drive vehicles than anyone else, including the family-size Highlander. Now through September 3rd, get any new gas-powered 2024 Highlander and get $1,000 APR cash or $500 on Highlander Hybrid when financed with approved credit through TFS. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, 2 years no-cost maintenance. Get details at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Join Ralph's American Grill Friday, October 4th for the end of summer bike show celebration. Families can enjoy food trucks, a 15-minute drone show synced to audio at sunset featuring 150 drones. Motorcycle enthusiasts can also pay a $15 entry fee and register for the Riding with Ralph's Motorcycle Bike Show at Ralph's American Grill or Xenia Harley-Davidson. $300 will be awarded to the winning bike from one of 3 categories. Learn more at ralphsgrill.com.
Who Dey Nation? Orlando Brown Jr. here to tell you about my new pizza deal with Donato's. The Big O Trio. 3 medium pizzas for just $30. Follow Donato's Cincinnati on social for more information.
Orlando style!
Are you ready for some football? Well, you are now, thanks to Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bengals and the NFL, Ticketmaster's got the best way to take it to the house when it comes to being there live. They're the safest and most convenient marketplace to score fully verified Bengals tickets. And even if your plans get broken up, or worse, turned over, Ticketmaster gives you more flexibility to sell your seats. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bengals.
Bengals starting right tackle Trent Brown went down hurt on that sack, and the news is not good. They're putting him on the back of a cart, and that cart will take him toward the Bengals locker room. His offensive line teammates have come over to offer encouragement, and he will be replaced by rookie Amarius Mims in his NFL debut.
And his right knee just buckled on him. I mean, his right knee just gave on him, and he just went to the ground, unable to get up. So that's didn't get hit in the knee, but it's a contact injury because that force that's driving down from your shoulders to your waist to your hips gets down to the knee, and he couldn't withstand it.
Because of the sack and a loss of 6, it is 2nd down and goal from the 14-yard line of Washington. The Bengals are down by 7 here in the second quarter. Burrow catches a shotgun snap, draw play handoff. Moss got to the 10, then was grabbed around the waist and yanked right to the ground by Bobby Wagner.
I tell you, Mims came out on the football field, and Orlando Brown immediately came over to Mims, and they started talking through things. I'm sure making sure the young rookie was in a good mindset, and then they all went over and assisted Trent Brown onto the cart. So here we go.
The future is now for the 21-year-old with braces still, Amarius Mims. 3rd down and goal from the Washington 9. 3 receivers left. Jamar Chase out to the right. He'll be doubled out to the right. Burrow throws. Incomplete. Intended for Yossi right at the goal line. And the Bengals will bring out Evan McPherson. Big Benogany on the coverage for Washington.
Tried to back shoulder Yossi, and of course everybody's probably thinking Jamar Chase is wide open. Well, he wasn't. T. Higgins is wide open. He wasn't wide open until the ball was in the air. So it's unfortunate. Washington holds up in the red zone, and Yossi was doubled big time.
This will be a 28-yard field goal attempt from the right hash for Evan McPherson, who missed from 48 yards away earlier in this quarter. The kick is up. This one is good. Yep. And the Bengals pull within 4. They had it 1st and goal at the 8. They settle for a field goal. And with 5:25 left in the half, the score is Washington 14, Cincinnati 10. Here on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in Bengals terms.
It's like back-to-back AFC North titles.
Impressive.
It's like the roar of the jungle.
Who Dey?
It's like their quarterback swagger.
Come on, nobody's that cool.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Does your business struggle with employee medication costs? Are you losing productivity because of time off for appointments and unwelcome side effects? PGX testing is a simple cheek swab to understand how your unique genetic makeup affects the metabolization of medication, eliminating the need for trial and error prescribing. Could you save on medication cost and make up for lost productivity? Find out today at gravitydiagnostics.com. That's gravitydiagnostics.com, an official partner of the Cincinnati Bengals.
Bengals fans, the jungle awaits. Now's the time to join the Bengals season ticket wait list.
Claim your place on the wait list for just $150 per seat. You'll get first priority to purchase Bengals season tickets when they become available. Plus, get first access to single game tickets and playoff tickets while supplies last.
Some things are worth the wait. Join the season ticket wait list today and rule the jungle with us. Visit Bengals.com or call the Bengals ticket hotline at 513-621-8383.
Health insurance companies are expected to carry health benefits, but CareSource does so much more. We look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals to see the challenges that face our members. Then we help them achieve not just better health, but better lives. Along with great benefits, we also help our members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and rides so they can find greater independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining health insurance.
Join us on Wednesday nights this year for the Bengals Game Plan Radio Show presented by Bud Light. Visit Bengals.com/game plan for more information. That was an 11-play, 61-yard drive. The Bengals had it first and goal at the 8, but come away with 3. And so they trail Washington 14-10 with 5.5 minutes left here in the second quarter on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network. Now the defense needs to get a stop.
And the Commanders' red zone defense, Dan, coming into the game, 8 times in the red zone, they gave up 6 touchdowns, 75%, tied for 28th in the NFL. That was a huge red zone stop for Washington.
McPherson's kick, fielded by Igbenogany at the goal line, runs to the 20, middle of the field, and his legs get taken out from under him by Muma John Mena at the 25-yard line.
Nice play by Muma. Came off the block, made a big hit. Defense got to get off the football field like right now, 1, 2, 3, and out. Give the Bengals offense another chance to take a lead with 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go, going into the locker room.
It's good to see Trey Hendrickson on the field on first down. Trey exited on the previous drive, looked a little banged up, but he's in there now. Sam Hubbard is in there as well. Brian Robinson is the running back. Hands on knees to the left of the slender rookie QB, Jayden Daniels. Daniels in the gun. He catches. Screen pass out to the left. Noah Brown pulled down by the foot by Davis Gaither after a 5-yard gain.
I'll tell you, a big play on that, McLaurin's block. I mean, those guys work for each other. These wide receivers on that wide receiver screen, they are blocking for teammates.
Washington goes hurry up. They fake an end around. Jayden Daniels gets away from Tufele. Von Bell tackles him 1 yard short of a Washington first down.
Tough duty for Tufele. Big defensive lineman. And Jayden Daniels gets up, turns, looks at him, and starts smiling. You know, he hit one-on-one in space. He's like, I can't make you miss. I'm not going to make many miss.
Lapp, that was a direct snap to the running back, Brian Robinson. It was 8 instead of 5 carrying that football. Third down and 1. Can the Bengals get a stop? Trailing 14-10 here in the second quarter. Ekeler goes in orbit motion. Jayden Daniels hands it off. Brian Robinson lunges forward and gets just enough for the Washington first down.
Hey, he runs with a good body lean now. He's a powerful kid, no question. He relishes every opportunity to punish you. Very physical runner.
This is no surprise, but we've been notified that Trent Brown is out for the rest of the game with a right knee injury.
Yeah.
Clock running, 3:50 left in the second quarter. Washington has scored touchdowns on its first 2 possessions and leads the Bengals 14-10. Ekeler in the backfield to the left of the QB, Jayden Daniels. Fakes a handoff, back in the pocket, bouncing around. Now Daniels takes off and runs. Man, he accelerates. Mike Hilton making the tackle at the 41. It's a 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, he is impressive. I mean, when he decides to go, he is moving on his very first step. He has got an immensely quick first step for a guy 6'4". Man, he can turn his feet over quickly. Good coverage down the football field, and once he sees that, he will tuck it and climb the pocket and go.
Second down and 5, Washington at its own 41-yard line. Daniels in the gun, Ekeler to his left. Jayden has the football, drops back to throw, plenty of time, flings it high and deep. McLaurin over the shoulder catch, and he gets tackled at the 3-yard line. Brought down by Cam Taylor-Britt, a 56-yard heave right on the money to former Buckeye Terry McLaurin.
I'll tell you what, both of these LSU Heisman Trophy winners are showing that they can get the deep ball out there and accurately. Cam Taylor-Britt just gets beaten to the inside, and a perfect ball is thrown. I mean, right on the money. Tremendous accuracy down the football field.
Cam Taylor-Britt referred to Washington's offense as a college offense earlier this week. You can bet Commanders fans are having a chuckle about that right now. It is 1st and goal at the 4. Daniels fakes a handoff, runs left. Nobody saw it coming. The Bengals completely fooled, and Jayden Daniels trots into the end zone untouched for a Washington score. He didn't even have to really run. He just jogged in.
It was a zone read, and everybody collapsed on the zone. They thought it was a zone run play, and he kept the football. He said, okay, nope, the end's closing. Osai's still thinking that the running back has the football. Daniels pulls it out of there on the zone read and sachets into the end zone untouched again.
Washington's offense has scored more points in the first half than Kansas City's offense scored against the Bengals last week in the entire game. The PAT is good by Austin Seibert, and the Bengals and their fans are shell-shocked at the moment. 2:04 left in the half, and Cincinnati has fallen behind 21-10.
Yeah, the defense is leaking oil right now. I mean, Washington is running the football. They've had a lot of success running it coming into this football game. It's no shock that that's what they wanted to do. I mean, they're top 10 in the National Football League, rushing the football over 120 yards a game coming in, and they got a quarterback that can run it. This kid's accounted for 500 total yards offensively in the first 2 games without a turnover. Man, running the football. Daniels coming in had 132 yards rushing. He's a weapon.
The big play on that drive, the 55-yard bomb to McLaurin that made it 1st and goal at the 4. So far tonight, Washington is averaging 9 yards every time they snap the football.
The Bengals had a 7-0 lead. Since then, we're talking 21-3.
There's a very high, long end-over-end kick, 7 yards deep in the end zone. Travion Williams will take a knee, and the Bengals will begin from the 30. The only saving grace is that touchdown came with 2:04 left in the half, so the Bengals have plenty of time, the 2-minute warning and all of their timeouts to try to answer.
And they got to get points of some sort. Don't want to go into the locker room down 2 scores. That's what they're looking at right now. If you get at least a field goal, you knock it down to a 1-score game. Hopefully you get more than that.
Bengals have it 1st and 10 at their own 30. Burrow hands it off. Chase Brown broke a tackle at the line of scrimmage. He's going to run for a 1st down. Out to the numerals, left side for a 10-yard pickup. Lubu making the tackle, and we've hit the 2-minute warning.
And remember, Dan, Washington gets the football to start the second half. Don't want to go in halftime down 2 scores.
1:58 on the clock. We'll take a timeout. Washington leads at 21-10, and this is the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
The crackling flame, the piercing heat. We were all born with a fire burning deep within our bellies. For me, Gustavus Swift, I turned my fire into the creation of Swift Foods back in 1855. For you, it might simply be to smoke a tastier rack of ribs than that blowhard Steve. Go on, find your spark. Swift Foods, inspiring extraordinary meals since 1855.
Experience the NFL with On Location, the official hospitality provider of the NFL. On Location offers official tickets and unrivaled access to all of the NFL's premier events. With exclusive partnerships with more than 20 NFL teams, On Location brings you up close for all of the action, providing fans with unforgettable moments from draft day to Super Bowl Sunday and everything in between. Visit NFLOnLocation.com for more information. That's NFLOnLocation.com.
Hey, Bengals fans. Paramount Plus is once again your home to stream the NFL on CBS all season long. That means you can catch Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and the rest of the Cincinnati Bengals from your smart TV, tablet, phone, or any device. And all you need is a Paramount Plus account. Paramount Plus streams your live, local NFL on CBS Game across the league every Sunday, all the way through the AFC Championship game. So sign up and sign into Paramount Plus today and get ready for another thrilling season of Bengals football with the NFL on CBS, streaming live on Paramount Plus.
Behind every successful business is a strong leader. That's why the Cincinnati Bengals leave HR to Paycor. Paycor's HR software helps build winning teams and great places to work. We're pumped to watch Bengals history unfold at Paycor Stadium. Find out how Paycor can help your business at Paycor.com.
Bengal fans, Bengals Luxury Suites provide a great view of the action while offering an unparalleled combination of features and amenities. With limited inventory available, visit Bengals.com/suites to get yours today.
1 minute, 58 seconds left in the half. The Washington Commanders lead the Bengals 21-10. Cincinnati has the ball with all 3 timeouts remaining. 1st and 10. The Bengals at their own 40. On the scoreboard, Josh Allen has thrown 4 touchdown passes tonight. They've gone to 4 different receivers. Buffalo leads Jacksonville 34-3. Burrow back to pass. Guns one downfield. A leaping catch. 20 yards down the field by Jamar Chase. Picks up a few more before being tackled at the 38 by Jeremy Chin. Jamar Chase up to 80 first half receiving yards.
Taking advantage of the middle of the football field, over the linebackers in front of the safeties, and Chin put a big hit on him in the middle of the football field at the 38-yard line.
22 yards on that play. Jamar has a 41-yard touchdown catch tonight. The Bengals have it 1st and 10 at the 38. Burrow with a draw play handoff. Moss trying to run wide to the left. Got away from a tackle. Burrow makes a block. Moss runs to the 35, 30, and goes out of bounds with a first down at the 28 of Washington.
That was Payne. The big defensive tackle had his arms around him, and it's like, okay, what's going to happen now? I mean, he can't take him to the ground. I mean, that's amazing that you got a big defensive tackle with his arms around Moss. Moss with that low center of gravity says, no, I'm not going down. And Joe Burrow says, hey, I'm going to pick you off. And he put a nice block on the corner.
And wisely did it with his left shoulder, not his right. 1st and 10 at the 27. Burrow hands it off to Moss, trying to run through a crease left side. Makes it to the 25 and gets brought down there after 2-yard run. Andre Jones, brought up from the practice squad, made the tackle there. We're down to 1 minute to go. The Bengals get lined up quickly. They still have their timeouts left. 2nd down and 8 at the 25. And now we've got a timeout called by Washington. The Bengals obviously are looking to score a touchdown here, but considering how Washington has moved the ball, they would like to do it with as little time as possible left on the clock.
Absolutely. And you got all your timeouts. You have plenty of time. And so that's not the big issue. The big issue right now is execution. And in Washington, as I mentioned earlier, they're giving up 75% of the time, giving up touchdowns in the red zone defensively coming into this football game. So you got to make them pay. People have been making them pay all season long. 6 touchdowns in 8 red zone appearance opportunities coming into this football game, and the Cincinnati Bengals have gotten into the red zone once and kicked a field goal. So got to punch it in the end zone for a touchdown once you get into the red zone. They're not even there yet.
Burrow is 13 out of 16, 81% for 149 yards and a touchdown here in the first half. On 2nd down, Joe catches the shotgun snap. His pass caught by Eric All.
Nice.
Jumps sideways to pick up a few extra yards, and it looks like he has a first down at the 17-yard line.
Man, Sainer still tried to hit him low, and Eric All said, I'm going up and over. I mean, it was like a little Edmund Moses action right there. Hurled him up and over, and boy, that effort was extraordinary. Now you're in the red zone. Now score in the red zone, and like you said, Dan, score with as much time expired as possible in the second quarter.
Bengals called a timeout. 43 seconds left in the half. Cincinnati has 2 remaining. Washington has 1 remaining. The Commanders lead the Bengals by 11 points, 21-10.
And the Commanders have done a pretty good job of quieting this raucous crowd. I mean, the Bengals went on and opening game touchdown drive, and the place was off the hook. And then Washington responded and outscored the Bengals 21-3 and quieted everything. So going to have to get the crowd back into it. The only way to do that is to play effectively and execute.
T. Higgins and Andre Yossi-Bosch go out to the left. Jamar Chase, having a big half, goes out to the right. The running back is Zack Moss. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Burrow in the gun, catches the shotgun snap, hands it to Moss, works away from a tackle, runs inside the 15, and gets brought down at the 13-yard line. And the Bengals will call another timeout with 37 seconds remaining. Mikey Sainer still made the tackle.
Fowler couldn't get him to the ground. Fowler was there to try to get him to the ground. Unblocked. He was there to make a play on it, but he couldn't. Moss made him miss and took it out to the perimeter, picked up 4 yards.
Mikey Sainer still is Mike Hilton. Undersized, but feisty, makes plays. He had 6 interceptions for the national champs at Michigan last year, ran 2 back for touchdowns.
And football savvy, football IQ. Understands what he's looking at, doesn't get fooled.
2nd down and 6 at the 13 of Washington. 37 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. The Bengals down by 11. Burrow catches the shotgun snap, has time, begins rolling right, still looking, throws, incomplete. Intended for Moss around the 8-yard line. Big Benogamy in coverage. And it is 3rd down and 6 at the 13.
Joe felt like he had to throw that on the run. He didn't feel like he could choke it down, set his feet, and throw it. He threw it on a dead sprint to his right, and the ball sailed on him a little bit.
Clock stopped. 30 seconds left in the half. Huge play coming up. 3rd and 6 in the red zone at the 13-yard line. Higgins goes out to the left. Chase, Yossi-Bosch, and Gresicki out to the right. Burrow in the shotgun. Chase Brown in the backfield to his left. Burrow has the ball. Short drop, cocks the arm, throws. Low throw, incomplete. Would have been a 1st down at the 6 for Jamar Chase. It was a low throw, and it's immediately ruled incomplete. And here comes Evan McPherson.
Man, yeah, the ball splits Jamar. It goes over Jamar's hands. He tries to get his hands underneath it and cup it, and the ball goes over his hands into his belly onto the ground. Incomplete.
So the Bengals will try to pull within 8 with 26 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. This will be a 31-yard field goal try for Evan McPherson. He is 1 for 2 so far in the game. From the left hash mark, the snap a little bit high but handled. The kick is up, and it is good. And Cincinnati pulls within 8, 21-13 with 22 seconds left in the half.
Well, that's 2 red zone stops, basically, for Washington. And I know that was probably one of their keys to the game. You can't give up a touchdown 75% of the time in the red zone. And right now, in 2 possessions, they haven't given up a touchdown yet. They've given up 2 field goals. So all of a sudden, on the season, their red zone touchdown percentage allowed starts to look dramatically better.
Between the 20s, the Bengals are going up and down the field.
Yep.
But so is Washington. And Washington has ended all 3 of its drives with touchdowns.
Well, they're on a streak, man. I mean, their punter, he hadn't had to stretch that leg for a while. I mean, there have been a lot of consecutive drives for scores here for the Washington.
Yeah, 10 if you throw out a 1-play kneel down in the second quarter last week. Their punter did not punt last week, hasn't punted tonight. This kickoff by Money Mac caught 4 yards deep in the end zone. Washington will have it at the 30, 22 seconds left in the half. 1 timeout to work with.
I wonder how careful Washington will be with the football. I would assume they'd be pretty darn careful. This young rookie quarterback, Jayden Daniels, has not turned it over yet this season. He's put the ball on the ground 3 times. He's got 3 fumbles. Joe Burrow has 3 fumbles. Daniels hasn't lost any of them. Joe lost 1 for a touchdown, defensive score. They both are tied for the league lead in fumbles.
Washington will take a knee to run out the remaining time in the second quarter. So, a very uneasy feeling here at Paycor Stadium. The Bengals offense is moving up and down the field, but settled for field goal attempts on 3 possessions and only made 2 of those kicks. Meanwhile, Washington has put 21 points on the board. We invite you to stay tuned for Wayne Box-Miller and the halftime report. Our halftime score, Washington 21, Cincinnati 13. Here on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
Sunday morning. You can smell it. Game day. And the brisket you've been smoking since last night. A day to be with family, aka fellow football fans. Traditions make Sundays easy to enjoy. Beers do too. Bud Light. Easy to Sunday, easy to enjoy. Bud Light is the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch. Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Bengals win, you win. Celebrate the win with Who Day Tuesday and score a BOGO. Buy any sub and get a second same size free at Penn Station. Use promo code WHODAY24 at order.penn-station.com.
Get ready to bring that Bengal roar to game night with the officially licensed Uno Elite NFL, a collaboration between Uno, the NFL, and the NFLPA. Draft your favorite players like Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins into your hand and use their game-changing rules to dominate your opponents. Over 2,000 NFL player cards to collect. Uno Elite NFL, available at your local Walmart. Get yours now and be the MVP of game night.
Bengals fans, the jungle awaits. Now's the time to join the Bengals season ticket wait list.
Claim your place on the wait list for just $150 per seat. You'll get first priority to purchase Bengals season tickets when they become available. Plus, get first access to single game tickets and playoff tickets while supplies last.
Some things are worth the wait. Join the season ticket wait list today and rule the jungle with us. Visit Bengals.com or call the Bengals ticket hotline at 513-621-8383.
This is the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network. The halftime report is brought to you by Alta Fiber, the official Wi-Fi and internet provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. Kettering Health, best care for the best fans. Kettering Health, official healthcare provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, here's Wayne Box-Miller on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
You got me? All right, Wayne Box-Miller, sorry about the technical difficulties. The Ring of Honor starting tonight. Tim Crumry and Corey Dillon on the field. Let's get to some first half highlights. It wasn't good for the Bengals, trailing 21-13 at the half, but it started off good with Burrow to Chase on this score.
Burrow under center, play action fake, 5-step drop, deep ball for Chase.
Yeah.
Got it at the 5. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Burrow floating a beautiful ball downfield. Jamar Chase doing the gritty, and the Bengals score a touchdown on their opening drive.
All right, on 2nd and 1, the Washington Commanders answered that call. They come back with a 10-play drive of their own.
2nd and goal, inches away. Jayden Daniels in the shotgun, standing at the 5-yard line. The rookie quarterback hands it off to Robinson, and he knifes through the middle of the line for a Washington TD.
And the Bengals get the ball back in 3rd and 4. T. Higgins back on the field and comes up with a play.
Higgins goes out to the left. 3 receivers, including Chase, closest to the offensive line, out to the right. The ball is at the 44 of Washington. The Bengals need to get in between the 39 and the 40 for a first down. Burrow facing a blitz, back to throw.
Nice.
His pass is caught by T. Higgins.
Nice.
He breaks a tackle and runs to the 29 for a Bengals first down. Everybody standing up and saying, T.
After a missed Evan McPherson field goal, Washington gets another score on the board.
Here's a first down handoff. Ekeler bouncing it wide to the left. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Washington. A right-handed spike by Austin Ekeler. And Washington has scored touchdowns on its first 2 drives to take a 13-7 lead.
And they had one more score before the half is over with the quarterback keeping the ball.
It is first and goal at the 4. Daniels fakes a handoff, runs left. Nobody saw it coming. The Bengals completely fooled, and Jayden Daniels trots into the end zone untouched for a Washington score. He didn't even have to really run. He just jogged in.
And we'll be back with more right here on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in Bengals terms.
It's like back-to-back AFC North titles.
Impressive.
It's like the roar of the jungle.
Hooday!
It's like their quarterback's swagger.
Come on, nobody's that cool.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Hey, it's Dave Lapham for First Star Logistics, a Bengals sponsor and one of Cincinnati's fastest growing companies. It's where you can score your next great job as a broker agent. It'll be your job to figure out and arrange the best way to ship freight across the country and around the world. First Star gives you a great base salary, plus uncapped commissions. Go for the career win. Learn more at firststarlogistics.com and tell them Lapham sent you.
First Star Logistics, opportunity knocking.
At Kettering Health, we're devoted to you, walking alongside you on your journey to better health. Whether you're battling cancer, overcoming an injury, facing surgery, or just looking for a doctor who truly cares about you, we'll be a shoulder to lean on. We give everything so you can focus on keeping your world turning. Even if the unexpected happens, we're supporting you to be your best. Kettering Health. Find care now at ketteringhealth.org.
With unlimited plans from Mike's Car Wash, the more you wash, the more you save. And you can wash as often as you want. You'll love the value of an unlimited wash plan from Mike's Car Wash. Unlimited plans available at all 40 Mike's Car Wash locations. Open daily, 7 to 9.
Behind every successful business is a strong leader. That's why the Cincinnati Bengals leave HR to Paycor. Paycor's HR software helps build winning teams and great places to work. We're pumped to watch Bengals history unfold at Paycor Stadium. Find out how Paycor can help your business at Paycor.com.
Welcome back to the halftime report. In the other Monday night game, Buffalo handily over Jacksonville in the third quarter, 37-10. Let's go back to Dan Horde and Dave Lapham.
It has been a tough night for Zack Taylor's parents. His brother Press is the offensive coordinator for Jacksonville. As Bach just mentioned, Jacksonville trailing 37-10. The Jags on the verge of falling to 0-3. And of course, Zack Taylor's Bengals down by 8 at halftime, 21-13. Let's take a look at the injury report. It's brought to you by Kettering Health, the best care for the best fans. Kettering Health, the official healthcare provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. Unfortunately, right tackle Trent Brown exited the game on the back of a cart. It's a right knee injury. He won't be back. Amarius Mims has taken over in his NFL debut at right tackle.
And the rookie's ready physically, ready mentally. He gets his opportunity. Trent Brown, unfortunately, a knee injury like that, big body, 6'8", over 380 pounds, a lot of stress on that right knee. You just wonder what the rest of his season is going to look like. Washington, 3 touchdown drives. They only got the third down twice, Dan. Third down twice. Both of them were 3rd and 1s. They were 1 for 2. Bengals knocked them for a yard loss on one of the third downs. Then they went for it on 4th down and they made it. So, they've only had to deal with 2 third downs. Bengals have to do a lot better job on 1st and 2nd down. They're getting shredded. You got to get up to 3rd and long and get off the football field. Haven't come close yet in 3 touchdown drives for Washington.
Time to look at some stat leaders. Brought to you by Paycor, proud to be the official HR software provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow, great numbers in the first half, 14 for 19. That's 74%. Threw for 157 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks. Passer rating of 115. But Jayden Daniels, even better, 7 for 8, 139 yards. Didn't throw a touchdown, didn't throw a pick. He doesn't have either so far in his rookie year, but he had a passer rating in the first half of 118.8. Leading rusher for Washington, Austin Ekeler with 32 yards. For the Bengals, Zack Moss had 47. Chase Brown had 34. The receiving leaders, 4 catches, 80 yards for Jamar Chase. 1 catch, 55 yards for Terry McLaurin.
And really, both teams are running the ball efficiently and effectively. Play action passes there. There have been some big plays on both sides of it offensively because the run game has set up the opportunity to play action pass, the success of the run game, I should say.
Washington will get the ball to begin the second half when we come back. Halftime score 21-13 in favor of the underdog Commanders here on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
Did your high school win a big football game this weekend? You can nominate your coach for the Bengals Coach of the Week Award, presented by Paycor. Visit Bengals.com/Coach of the Week. Together, the Bengals and Paycor are recognizing leaders who create great places to play.
Are you ready for some football? Well, you are now, thanks to Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bengals and the NFL, Ticketmaster's got the best way to take it to the house when it comes to being there live. They're the safest and most convenient marketplace to score fully verified Bengals tickets. And even if your plans get broken up, or worse, turned over, Ticketmaster gives you more flexibility to sell your seats. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bengals.
Shop the Bengals Pro Shop for the very best selection of Bengals gear. Choose from Nike sideline tees, polos, and new era caps. Look for your favorite player's jersey in men's, women's, and youth black or white. Want a football or bobblehead? We've got that too. Open 7 days a week. Located at Paycor Stadium Plaza level, North End Zone. Can't stop by? Then shop online at www.bengals.com/pro shop.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices. Plus, extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with points. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
This broadcast is copyrighted by the Bengals for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or of any descriptions or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited. We're just about set for the start of the third quarter. The Washington Commanders lead the Bengals 21-13, and Washington, having won the toss and deferred, will get the ball to begin the third quarter. In week 1, on its final possession of the game, Washington scored a touchdown. Last week, in week 2, on all 7 drives where they were trying to score, they kicked field goals. So far tonight, on the 3 drives where they were trying to score, they scored touchdowns. So the last 11 possessions, going back to week 1, that Washington didn't have a one-play kneel down to end the half, they've scored.
I'll tell you, Dan, they got to do a much better job on first and second down. I mean, they can't be third and short, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1. Got to get them 3rd and long.
McPherson's kick bounces into the hands of Igbenamane, running it back to the 25-30, racing to the 40. Cincinnati trying to bring him down, and the Bengals make a shoestring tackle. That was actually Austin Ekeler on the run back, and he is brought down at the Cincinnati 33-yard line, a 62-yard return.
Man, you talk about a guy that, boy, I thought there was an illegal block in the back right there, no call. But off to the races goes Ekeler. Boy, Cincinnati Bengals come within a whisker of giving up a special teams touchdown. Last week, it was an unscripted, unconventional score with a defensive touchdown. Fortunately, not a special teams touchdown.
So, Washington begins in field goal range. 1st and 10 at the Cincinnati 33. Daniels hands it off. Brian Robinson swerving out to the right, inside the 30, tackled at the 29-yard line. Picked up 4. Dax Hill and Logan Wilson making the stop. And make it a 5-yard gain. They spotted at the 28.
Well, it's been a clean game in terms of turnovers. Both these football teams, Washington, they don't have a giveaway all season. They haven't turned it over. Maybe they're due.
Second down and 5 at the Cincinnati 28. From Lap's lips to God's ears, we'll see. Daniels to throw. Short pass over the middle. It is caught. It's going to be a first down. Gain of about 5 on the play. Just fed it over the middle. Zach Ertz, the veteran tight end, with a catch. Well, they're not going to give him the first down. It's third and less than a yard.
Like to see nothing more than a field goal out of this. Do not let them put the ball in the end zone. And at that point, go up by 15 points. We're talking 2-score game.
Third down and inches. Jayden Daniels under center. Takes the snap. Fakes a handoff. Rolls right and runs for the first down. Takes a big-time hit as Sam Hubbard and J2 Fele crunched him to the ground. Trying to avoid that if you're Washington with this slender QB, but picked up a couple of yards and moved the sticks.
Yeah, they got all kinds of things in there. Zone reads, RPOs. They got a lot of things that could end up with Jayden Daniels carrying the football and taking a shot. But boy, he's up to the task.
Offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury, the former Arizona Cardinals head coach, doing an outstanding job. First and 10 at the Cincinnati 21. Washington up by 8 in the third quarter. Daniels hands it off. This time the Bengals stack up the interior line and bring down Robinson at the 19-yard line. Sam Hubbard was there. A 2-yard pickup.
Yeah, that was a good effort there by Sam. Sam got off the block very quickly, made a nice defensive stop. Now follow it up. I mean, you haven't had many instances where it's only been a 1-yard pickup or a 2-yard pickup on first down capitalized.
Washington will go empty, stretching out 3 receivers to the left and 2 out to the right. Second down and 8 at the Cincinnati 19-yard line. Jayden Daniels eyeballs the Bengals defense, catches a waist-high snap from the pocket, in trouble, scrambles away, running to the right, and gets shoved out of bounds near the line of scrimmage by Jermaine Pratt.
Yeah, there's a penalty flag on the field, it looks like, in front of the Bengals sideline. Is that a flag out there at the 11-yard line?
It's on Cincinnati.
Or 16-yard line on Cincinnati.
So,
illegal use of the hands to the face. Defense, number 29. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
It was going to be third down and 8. Instead, it's an automatic first down.
Tufele almost makes the play. Daniels says, no, it's not going to happen. All for naught anyway, because Cam Taylor-Britt grabbed him and grabbed McLaurin by the side of the helmet as he's trying to release and get down the football field, and he gets caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
First and 10 at the Cincinnati 12. The ball is on the right hash. Daniels waits for the shotgun snap. Catches. Hands it off. Ekeler trying to run wide to the right. He's inside the 10 and brought down near the 9-yard line. 3 yards for Austin Ekeler, and Von Bell was there.
Yeah, I mean, no shock what Washington is doing. I mean, their offense is exactly that. You know, they run the outside zone is a big part of it. And then they get the quarterback involved with zone read, RPOs, and all that sort of thing. But when they feel like they have to, they're going to run the inside-outside zone and try to move you around.
Second down and 7 at the Cincinnati 9. Washington looking to add to an 8-point third-quarter lead. Jayden Daniels is set. Robinson to his right. Daniels has it. Drops back to throw. Looking. Lots of time. Begins moving right. Throws into the end zone. Well, the receiver came out of the end zone running forward to make the catch. Noah Brown caught it. It's going to be first and goal at the 1.
Yeah, kind of inside the 1. I mean, it's close. I mean, it's like at the half-yard line. Man, he like you said, Dan, the ball, his foot crossed the goal line.
First and goal inside the 1. It's a handoff. Robinson lurching toward the goal line. He does not get in.
Good job stacking them up in the middle. McLaurin came out of the end zone just enough where the ball never crossed the goal line. His feet did, but the ball did not.
Trey Hendrickson came out after that play. He is not returning yet. It is second down and goal inside the 1. Washington leading 21-13, trying to make it 4 for 4 on touchdown drives on the 4 possessions where they've been trying to score. Nose of the ball just outside the end zone. Daniels under center. He takes the snap, fakes a handoff, lobs one into the end zone, and an offensive lineman makes the catch for the Washington touchdown. Trent Scott hauls in the TD. Second week in a row, an offensive lineman has caught a touchdown against Cincinnati.
And the film study said, hey, why don't we do it? We got a guy, Scott. He did the exact same thing. I mean, the offensive lineman, the extra offensive lineman blocks down, then he releases. And he's all by his lonesome. Nobody's got him in coverage. Touchdown.
Let the record show that Jayden Daniels' first NFL touchdown pass went to offensive lineman Trent Scott.
How about that? That's a good trivia question.
That one will earn beers in Washington for many years to come. The extra point is good. Cincinnati cannot stop Jayden Daniels and the Washington Commanders. Of course, a long kick return contributed on that drive. The score, Washington 28, Cincinnati 13. And we'll take a break with 9:54 left in the third quarter on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
United Electric has served the tri-state area for more than 60 years. For all your commercial and industrial electrical needs, call Rick Rebholz at 513-383-7547 or visit us online at unitedeldc.com.
Looking for an exciting job in the heart of the action? Aramark Sports and Entertainment is hiring at Paycor Stadium. From culinary enthusiasts to guest service superstars, Aramark is welcoming highly motivated professionals in dozens of career areas. Embark on your next adventure and join Aramark in bringing unforgettable experiences to fans. For more information, call 513-455-4900 or visit careers.aramark.com. Search for Paycor Stadium and apply today.
The Jungle Zone, powered by Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky Toyota dealers, is the ultimate free game spot. Swing by before every regular season game for music, food, drinks, and family fun games. And make sure to check out the latest Toyota all-wheel drive and electrified hybrid models on display. Perfect for every journey you take, whether it's to the game or a weekend adventure. For more information, check out bingles.com/jungle zone. That's bingles.com/jungle zone.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in Bengals terms.
It's like back-to-back AFC North titles.
Impressive.
It's like the roar of the jungle.
Hooday!
It's like their quarterback swagger.
Come on, nobody's that cool.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Are you ready to take control of your career? First Star Logistics offers you the highest commissions in the industry as a logistic account executive. Learn more at firststarlogistics.com/careers or call 513-675-6120. And I can attest to the fact that nobody takes better care of their employees than the people at First Star Logistics.
Washington 28, Cincinnati 13, 9:54 left in the third quarter. The last 5 times prior to this year that Washington drafted a quarterback in the first round, it didn't work out. Dwayne Haskins, RG3, Jason Campbell, Patrick Ramsey, Heath Schuler. It's early, but it looks like the Commanders have found their man in Jayden Daniels. This kickoff will be fielded by Travion Williams and run out far side of the field, 20, 23, and stop short of the 25-yard line. So Washington begins the third quarter with a 62-yard kick return that goes all the way down to the Cincinnati 33. The Bengals kick return is tackled at their own 22.
And that's a big swing in field position. Washington enjoys the short field. Bengals have to go the long route, and that'll add up on you.
Jayden Daniels has a passer rating of 149.1. Perfect score is 158.3. First and 10 Bengals from their own 22-yard line. Joe Burrow is under center. He takes the snap. He hands it off. Chase Brown accelerating around the left edge. He'll run for a first down and more. The Bengals are running it great tonight, at least until they get into the red zone. That run goes to the 38 for a 16-yard gain.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good way to start the drive. There's no question. Unfortunately, the Bengals, they just get the ball hammered down their throats defensively. Offensively, you got a few possessions left. I mean, you got to put your foot on the gas.
The Bengals are averaging 6.7 per run tonight. Burrow fakes the Chase Brown, under pressure and sacked. Back at the 31-yard line, and it looked like Amarius Mims gave it up.
Yeah, and the sack is accomplished by Jean-Baptiste. He takes him to the ground. And Mims, he took his set. Baptiste underneath, goes inside. And Amarius Mims could not get it done. Didn't reroute himself back inside. Quarterback sacked.
Baptism by fire.
Yes, exactly.
In Amarius Mims' NFL debut, a loss of 6 on the sack. Second down and 16 Bengals at their own 32. Clock running, 8:40 left in the third quarter. Burrow waits for a shotgun snap. He catches. It's a 4-man rush. This pass caught by Eric All. And Eric is going to be gang tackled at the 38-yard line. A 6-yard gain. Igbenamani made the tackle.
So they get it back to close to the original line of scrimmage. The problem is you're looking at third down. That's a big difference in this football game. Cincinnati Bengals, first and second down, have not been as good with their execution as Washington has been on the early downs. I mean, Washington has not faced a lot of third and long propositions. The Bengals are looking at another one here.
Jermaine Burton is in. He's one of 3 receivers out to the left, along with Yossi Bosch and Chase. T. Higgins out to the right. Third down and 10 Bengals. Shotgun snap. Burrow from the pocket. Guns it over the middle of the field. T. Higgins catches it for a first down and runs to the Washington 46-yard line.
And that's the area to take advantage of, the middle of the football field. I mean, corners are just backing off. Linebackers are taking deep drops. Safeties are back there. You're going to have to take advantage of the middle of the football field with hooks, crossing routes. T. Higgins does a nice job.
A 16-yard gain on third down and 10. The drive is alive and in Washington territory at the 46. Chase Brown in at running back. Drew Sample in the backfield as an extra blocker. Shotgun snap. Burrow fakes the Chase Brown. Steps up in the pocket. Begins rolling left. Throws. And it's knocked away. It was intended for Yossi Bosch, but a defender got his hand in there and slapped it to the side.
Yeah, it was Luvu. I think he redirected himself and got his hand on that football. But the initial pressure makes Joe Burrow get out of pocket. I mean, he climbs it and then gets out to his left, trying to make a play, and Luvu gets that big left mucker up there and knocks it to the ground.
Second down and 10 at the 46 of the Commanders. 7:05 left in the third quarter. The Bengals trail by 15 points. Burrow in the shotgun. Yossi Bosch motions out wide to the right, lines up next to Burton, now moves back into the slot. Burrow motioning toward the sideline and calling a timeout.
You know, during that last play, Dan, Ekeler went up the tunnel into the Washington Redskins locker room. Looks like he needs some medical attention.
We'll take a break. 7:05 left in the third quarter. Washington leads it 28-13 here on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
Bengal fans, Bengals Luxury Suites provide a great view of the action while offering an unparalleled combination of features and amenities. With limited inventory available, visit Bengals.com/suites to get yours today.
Attention all nonprofit organizations. Looking for creative ways to fundraise? Aramark is actively seeking nonprofit groups to operate concession stands at Paycor Stadium during Cincinnati Bengals home games. Organizations will receive a donation from Aramark for each game their group volunteers. Increase impact, engage with the community, and fundraise with flair. Join Aramark in making a difference. To learn more and secure a spot, call 513-455-4914 or visit Bengals.com/community/concessions.
Interested in learning CPR? Bengals Save the Day, presented by Cintas, is a free opportunity to do just that. The event will take place on Thursday, September 26th at Paycor Stadium. Learn more and sign up at Bengals.com/save the day. That's Bengals.com/save the DEY.
Get ready to bring that Bengal roar to game night with the officially licensed Uno Elite NFL, a collaboration between Uno, the NFL, and the NFLPA. Draft your favorite players like Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins into your hand and use their game-changing rules to dominate your opponents. Over 2,000 NFL player cards to collect. Uno Elite NFL, available at your local Walmart. Get yours now and be the MVP of game night.
Catch up on all the highlights and expert analysis with Dave Lapham and Lance McAllister on Bengals Line. Monday nights from 6 to 9. Visit Bengals.com/listen for more information.
7:05 left, third quarter. The Bengals have the ball, trailing Washington 28-13 here on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network. Second down and 10 for Cincinnati in Commanders territory at the 46. The Bengals have rushed 15 times for 101 yards. That's 6.7 per carry. They've had multiple runs that have gone for 10+, and yet they only have 13 points, and they're down by 15.
Here's a big story in the game. Average third down length. The Bengals, third down, 5.5 yards. Washington, 3rd and 1. Bengals have not gotten it done significantly enough on first or second down. Washington has.
The ball is at the Washington 46 on the left hash. Zack Moss in it, running back. Joe Burrow has two receivers out to the right. Jamar Chase out to the left. Higgins and Yosivas out to the right. Burrow back to throw. Quick pass. Caught by Higgins on the slant. He does not get the first down, but he's got about 9. It's going to be third down and a long yard. Sainer still much shorter than T. Higgins made that tackle.
T. Higgins had a phenomenal training camp, and then unfortunately suffers the hamstring injury, and he just a tough break for him. But he's had a great week of practice, and coaches and teammates were looking forward to his contributions tonight. He's doing a good job.
2 down territory here. 3rd and 1 at the 37, down by 15 points. Moss in the backfield. Eric all motions. It's a handoff to Zack Moss. He's got the first down. Charging forward and running left down to the 31-yard line.
Allen makes the tackle. Wilson's doing a good job of finishing the block. And as a result of that, Moss just gets underneath both of them and takes them for a ride. I mean, good effort north and south in that 3rd and short.
The Bengals have driven to the 31. They started back at their own 22. The drive has taken about 3.5 minutes off the clock. We have 5:57 left in the third. Cincinnati down by 15. Burrow catches a shotgun snap. 3-step drop. Short pass. Caught. Moss out of the backfield at the 25, the 20. He's got a first down. He's tackled just shy of the 20-yard line.
On the play before in the third down rush, man, Eric All came in motion, and he chop blocked Fowler, defensive end, at the end of the line of scrimmage. And I mean, the first thing to hit, chopped him right off his feet. The first thing to hit was his grill, his face mask, right in the smush to the turf.
1st and 10 with the ball just outside the 20-yard line. Chase Brown checks in at running back. Yosivas, Chase, and Charlie Jones out to the right. It's a handoff. Chase Brown sprinting. 15-yard line.
Chase.
Near sideline 10. And shoved out of bounds inside the 10. That is the 6th run of 10 or more yards in this game. Chase Brown out of bounds at the 8, where it's 1st and goal.
Did a good job. Everybody did a good job of pinning. Yosivas got his block down the football field. Charlie Jones is working hard to sustain his block. And they end up bouncing it to the outside. Chase Brown gets everything he possibly can before going out of bounds.
1st and goal at the 8. Earlier, the Bengals settled for a field goal try when they had it 1st and goal at the 8. They cannot do that here. Down by 15 points. Zack Moss back in at running back. Jamar Chase out to the right. Burrow hands it off. Moss going nowhere.
Nope. They had that one deciphered. I mean, there's no Luvu makes the play there. They were trying to run an inside trap, and Washington was all over that. They kind of saw that before it unfolded.
A 1-yard loss, make it a 2-yard loss. The ball is placed more or less on top of the 10. 2nd and goal from there. Clock running. 4:08 left in the third quarter. T. Higgins and Jamar Chase go out to the left. Mike Gresicki out to the right. Sample and Moss in the backfield on either side of Burrow. Second down and goal from the 10. Shotgun snap. Burrow throws. Caught at the 5. Chase spinning around, trying to get to the end zone. He's pulled down around the 2, and it'll be third down and goal from there. Bobby Wagner won the wrestling match and got Chase to the ground.
Yeah, and then Washington had other players rally and pursue and get in and help. Jamar Chase is a strong guy. Hard to get him to the ground one-on-one, but teammates assisted there. Huge third down right here. Got to convert.
Speaking of huge, Cody Ford checks in as a 6th offensive lineman. Lines up on the left side next to Orlando Brown, and a timeout is going to be called by the Commanders. 3:12 left in the third quarter. The Bengals trying to make it a one-score game with a touchdown.
And if you've driven the football like this, you have to finish. Third down touchdowns can be a big lift for an offensive football team and a big downer for a defensive football team. Third down conversion, and it results in a touchdown. That can be a change of momentum.
This has been an 11-play, 76-yard drive. It's taken 6 minutes off the clock. Now Cody Ford is going to exit, and the Bengals will no longer have 6 offensive linemen on the field.
And
they change personnel, and Washington will do the same.
Right, they're allowed to do the same.
Washington brings in 6 different defenders. Third down and goal from the 2. Higgins and Yosivas out to the right. Jamar Chase wide to the left. Burrow in the gun. Zack Moss to his right. Burrow looking to throw. His pass caught on the back line of the end zone. T. Higgins, though, did not get both feet down in bounds. It is no touchdown.
Man, he got one down, could not drag the other one. Went airborne, clicked his heels, right foot down, can't get left foot down. Did right hip get in bounds? No.
Bengals are going to go for it on 4th and goal from the 2. I don't think Burrow needed to throw that as high as he did, Lab.
Right.
Made it hard for Higgins to get his feet down. Huge play here. 4th and goal from the 2 with 3:07 to go, third quarter. Burrow in the shotgun. Yosivas and Higgins out to the right. Jamar Chase out to the left. Zack Moss in the backfield. Yosivas goes in motion. Burrow drops back to throw. His pass caught at the goal line. Touchdown!
Yes.
Bengals, Andre Yosivas, as the Bengals go for it on 4th and goal from the 2 and get a badly needed touchdown.
And Yosivas, his ratio of red zone touchdown catches to career catches is phenomenal. And remember, just the tip of the football has to cross the goal line. It doesn't matter what happens after he's dragged back out of the goal line. It is a touchdown. It's a clear touchdown. Bengals are within one score if they can convert an extra point.
22 career catches for Andre Yosivas. 7 of them have been red zone touchdowns.
Unreal, almost 33%.
McPherson will try to make it an 8-point game with a 33-yard PAT. Penalty flag down before the ball is kicked.
Blew it dead. You got 12 men in the field? Looked like he touched his shoulders.
Prior to the snap, start.
False start, okay.
Offense number 71. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the try.
So now you're talking about a 38-yard PAT.
Yep. And Mims was the one that flinched. He flinched a little bit early. You have to look inside, try to find the football. Don't move. If the defense flinches, you cannot move.
The Bengals are down by 9, trying to make it 8. From the middle of the field, from 38 yards away for 1 point. The snap, the placement, the right-footed kick. It is good. And Cincinnati pulls within 8 with about 18 minutes left in regulation. We'll take a timeout. 3:03 to go, third quarter. Can the Bengals defense get a stop for the first time tonight? The score, 28-20 Washington, here on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
Looking for an exciting job in the heart of the action? Aramark Sports and Entertainment is hiring at Paycor Stadium. From culinary enthusiasts to guest service superstars, Aramark is welcoming highly motivated professionals in dozens of career areas. Embark on your next adventure and join Aramark in bringing unforgettable experiences to fans. For more information, call 513-455-4900 or visit careers.aramark.com. Search for Paycor Stadium and apply today.
Get behind the wheel of a career that invests in you. Join the Tank Team today and be part of what keeps Northern Kentucky moving. Pay now begins at $23.52 per hour. Apply now at tankbus.org/careers.
Join Dave Lapham and Dan Horde Friday afternoons from 3 to 6 on ESPN 1530 throughout the regular season for Bengals Pep Rally. For more information, go to Bengals.com/listen.
Hi, Bengals fans. Dan Horde here. It's important to work with local companies you feel comfortable with. That's why professional contractors rely on Win Supply, Win Nelson, and Win Electric locations right here in the Tri-State. Locally owned and operated, Win Supply offers products from leading brands like Delta Faucet, Zoller Pumps, and Navian tankless water heaters to get the job done right. Order online at winsupply.com or any of our several Win Supply locations in Greater Cincinnati. The Win Supply family of companies are proud supporters of your Cincinnati Bengals.
Skyline's now the official chili of the Cincinnati Bengals. And there's no better way to celebrate a Bengals win than Skyline Chili. Stop by your neighborhood Skyline on game day and Coney up, Bengals Nation. It's Skyline time.
A fifth third better means your hometown bank partnering with your hometown team, the Cincinnati Bengals. To learn more, visit 53.com/Bengals.
Austin Ekeler went to the locker room to be checked out for something medically, so he is not back to return this kick. Potentially good news for the Bengals since he had a 62-yard kick return to begin the second half. Igbenogany and Zacchaeus are back to return. We'll see if Money Mac tries to blast this one through the back of the end zone after that long return on his last kick. Swings the leg, a high spinning end-over-end kick. It is into the end zone. Igbenogany takes a knee. Washington will start from the 30. This will be realistically their fifth drive of the game. We're not going to count the one play kneel down at the end of the second quarter. They have scored touchdowns on all four, meaning they have scored on their last 12 possessions going back over the last 3 games.
Let's see if we can make them punt. You know, I was begging for a turnover. I'm not even begging for that anymore. I don't even care if 3-0. Make them punt the football one time.
28-20, Washington, 3:03 to go, third quarter here on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network. Jayden Daniels in the shotgun, fakes a handoff, quick pass, caught. It's going to be a first down for Washington. Terry McLaurin with the catch. Man, that looked easy, 13 yards. Logan Wilson made the tackle.
RPO, motion on the RPO. It freed up McLaurin. All he did was run down the football field all by his lonesome. Nobody within 5 yards of him in any direction. It was the easiest RPO read that a quarterback could have, and he put it right on him.
Daniels is 11 for 12. His only incompletion of the game came when he got hit while throwing by Trey Hendrickson when he had a man wide open for a touchdown about 40 yards down the field.
This college offense looks pretty good.
Sure does. 1st and 10. Daniels hands it off, and the Bengals blow this one up, making the tackle near the line of scrimmage. Hakeem Davis-Gaither and Joseph Osai bringing down the ball carrier for no gain. That was Brian Robinson on the run.
In the football game, trying to get back in the rhythm, in the routine of playing football, Chris Jenkins Jr., he was double-teamed that time and unceremoniously taken to the ground. I'm telling you, dealing with that club in the hand is not an easy transition to make.
The right hand heavily wrapped due to the thumb injury that came before the season opener. 2nd and 10. Washington lines up in a pistol. Jayden Daniels with a fake on a draw play, now standing in the pocket, rolling right, cocks the arm, throws, caught, 1 yard short of the first down by Zach Ertz. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
Now that's interesting. A veteran tight end like Zach Ertz, he's right by the chains. I don't know why he caught the football, ran his route a yard short of the chains. That one's crazy.
3rd down and 1. Daniels in the gun. Fakes a handoff, rolls right, stumbles, but gets around a Bengals defender, Osai, and runs for the first down. Makes it into Bengals territory He's down at the 42-yard line.
You're talking about a special athlete. I mean, this kid, in short space, man, is slippery. He can make you miss. I mean, he's got an ability to make a violent cut. And Osai is a bigger body guy. Daniels keeps his balance and turns it up the field.
The first quarterback in college football history to pass for more than 12,000 yards and run for more than 3,000 yards.
Amazing.
1st and 10 at the Cincinnati 42. Daniels hands it off. And the Bengals will bring down Jeremy McNichols, his first carry of the game, with Austin Ekeler out, just a 1-yard gain. And Chris Jenkins made the tackle.
Yeah, he was very active on that one. Got to bull your necks right now. You know, I mean, you can't let them even drive for a field goal. You have to keep this a one-score game. Right now, it's dicey. Field goal range. Can't let them advance it much more.
That's going to be the final play of the third quarter.
Yep.
9 seconds on the clock, but Washington doesn't have to snap it, and the Commanders will not. Why would they? We'll head to the fourth quarter. Washington up by 8, 28-20 on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
Sherrod Brown says,
I'll work with anyone to protect Ohio.
But what Sherrod Brown does in D.C. has not protected Ohio women and children. Brown voted multiple times to allow transgender biological males to compete in girls' sports. Not only unfair, but risking injury to female athletes. Brown even introduced legislation to allow transgender biological men into girls' locker rooms. And Brown would allow puberty blockers, even sex change surgery for children. Worse, Brown introduced a law to force women's domestic violence shelters to accept transgender biological men, inflicting more trauma on abused women. So when Brown says,
I'll work with anyone to protect Ohio,
Sherrod Brown is not protecting Ohio women and children. In fact, he's endangering them. Ohio deserves better. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
As the official Wi-Fi and internet provider of the Cincinnati Bengals, Altifiber understands the importance of staying connected. That's why Altifiber provides blazing fast internet, 99.99% reliability, and a next-generation Wi-Fi experience powered by Eero. Switch to Altifiber today and download and upload faster than Spectrum with Cincy's only 2 gig symmetrical speeds. Fiber internet plans start at just $49.99 a month. Visit Altifiber.com or call 513-565-FAST to learn more. Altifiber, elevating connection.
Experience the NFL with On Location, the official hospitality provider of the NFL. On Location offers official tickets and unrivaled access to all of the NFL's premier events. With exclusive partnerships with more than 20 NFL teams, On Location brings you up close for all of the action, providing fans with unforgettable moments from draft day to Super Bowl Sunday and everything in between. Visit NFLOnLocation.com for more information. That's NFLOnLocation.com.
On to the fourth quarter, here on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network. The Washington Commanders trying to upset the Bengals in prime time here at Paycor Stadium. And with rookie quarterback Jayden Daniels leading the way, Washington has an 8-point lead, 28-20.
Washington is doing a good job of just picking apart zone defenses that Lou Anarumo's throwing out there. He's trying different zone combinations to confuse the young quarterback, and Jayden Daniels is very patiently throwing the football where he needs to because his offensive line is giving him plenty of time.
He was completing 75% of his passes coming in. He's at 92% tonight, 12 out of 13. Play action fake by Jayden Daniels. Now he begins scrambling up the middle of the field. Running to the 35 and tackled short of the first down. Mark him down at the 36. Here we go. 3rd down and 4 for Washington. Cedric Johnson brought him down.
Again, that time, really good job. Play action pass. Coverage is good. But man, there's absolutely no pass rush. And Daniels takes plenty of time, and coverage never breaks down. So he says, all right, I'll just tuck it and run and make it a third and more manageable. And let's see if the Bengals can get him off the football field.
Only the 5th third down tonight. Washington is 3 out of 4. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Quick pass. Caught. Tackle made short of the sticks. DJ Turner brought down McCaffrey about a yard short of the first down.
McCaffrey signaling he's got a first down. That's crazy. He got up and he was signaling he had a first down. I don't see how he figures that.
It is 4th and 1.
Yeah, because Turner hits him immediately. And Washington saying, we're not settling for field goal. We're going right now.
Can the Bengals stop Washington on 4th down and 1? Daniels under center.
Stay on side.
Brian Robinson lines up behind him. At the Cincinnati 33, Daniels backs up into the gun and calls a timeout. Washington
Charge timeout.
Calls the timeout with 13 minutes and 35 seconds left in regulation. The Commanders only have one timeout left. They're leading by 8. And it's 4th down and 1 at the Cincinnati 33. They could attempt a 51-yard field goal try, but I would be very surprised if they did.
I don't think Dan Quinn's going to change his mind. He feels like he has controlled the football game offensively. You know, he's converted on 3rd and 1s, 4th and 1. He feels like his offensive line has gotten the job done at the line of scrimmage. Feels like he's got talented, skilled players. He's going for it.
On a 4th and 2 on the opening drive, Washington completed a 30-yard pass. The Bengals defensive players waving their arms, trying to get the crowd to make as much noise as humanly possible. Daniels in the shotgun on 4th down and 1. Brian Robinson is the running back. Daniels fakes the handoff, runs. He's got the first down.
Tell you what, this is the quarterback. I mean, he's going for the power downhill run between the tackles. I mean, you know, it's a zone read. It's a tight zone read. He basically fakes the dive and says, I'm going off tackle. And he gets Pratt to bite enough, and Hill makes the tackle, but not enough. Move the chains.
If Pratt just went for him, might have been able to stop him. Easy for me to say.
Yeah.
1st and 10 at the 29 of Cincinnati. Daniels hands it off. Robinson stacked up and pulled down at the 28. A 1-yard run for Brian Robinson, but the clock runs. 12:50 to go. Washington driving up by 8.
You know, you can say, boy, this type of beating that Jayden Daniels is going to take if he does this type of running all season long, is he going to be able to make it through a season? Well, Washington said, this is our best chance to win football games. This guy is dynamic, and we're going to do it.
2nd down and 9 at the Cincinnati 28-yard line. It's a pistol formation for the Commanders. Daniels catches, short drop, looking to throw, swings it into the flat. Robinson with a catch, has a man in front to block a big tight end, and Robinson runs to the 23, 3 yards short of the first down. Logan Wilson made the stop.
Boy, John Bates is the guy you're talking about, Dan. And he locked on and he sustained. I mean, he drove his defender down the football field. I mean, a good 5 yards plus. I mean, you gotta buy a token for that kind of ride normally.
Washington bleeding clock with 11 minutes and 55 seconds to go. It is 3rd down and 4. Daniels sends 2 receivers out to each side of the formation. The rookie QB is ready, stomps the right foot. Stomps it again. Catches the shotgun snap. Cocks the arm. Throws deep for McLaurin. Incomplete. He threw it out of bounds. It is 4th down and 4. And here comes Austin Seibert to attempt a field goal.
Lou Anarumo said, you know what? I'm going to heat you up. You're going for it. I'm going to bring a blitz. And he did. And he made the young quarterback throw it maybe a little bit prematurely, therefore a little bit inaccurately, and McLaurin runs out of real estate.
Austin Seibert, a former Bengal, was 7 for 7 on field goal attempts last week to set the Commanders' single-game record. This is a 42-yard try from the right hash. The punter, Tress Way, is the holder. The snap, the placement, the kick by Seibert is on its way.
Yep.
It is good, and Washington has an 11-point lead with 11 minutes and 30 seconds to go. 13 consecutive scoring drives over 3 games where they're trying to score for Washington. We'll take a timeout with 11:30 to go. The Bengals down by 11, 31-20. on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
Behind every successful business is a strong leader. That's why the Cincinnati Bengals leave HR to Paycor. Paycor's HR software helps build winning teams and great places to work. We're pumped to watch Bengals history unfold at Paycor Stadium. Find out how Paycor can help your business at Paycor.com.
Shop the Bengals Pro Shop for the very best selection of Bengals gear. Choose from Nike sideline tees, polos, and new era caps. Look for your favorite player's jersey in men's, women's, and youth black or white. Want a football or bobblehead? We've got that too. Open 7 days a week. Located at Paycor Stadium Plaza Level, North End Zone. Can't stop by? Then shop online at www.bengals.com/pro shop.
As the official Wi-Fi and internet provider of the Cincinnati Bengals, Altifiber understands the importance of staying connected. That's why Altifiber provides blazing fast internet, 99.99% reliability, and a next-generation Wi-Fi experience powered by Eero. Switch to Altifiber today and download and upload faster than Spectrum with Cincy's only 2 gig symmetrical speeds. Fiber internet plans start at just $49.99 a month. Visit Altifiber.com or call 513-565-FAST to learn more. Altifiber, elevating connection.
With unlimited plans from Mike's Car Wash, the more you wash, the more you save. And you can wash as often as you want. You'll love the value of an unlimited wash plan from Mike's Car Wash. Unlimited plans available at all 40 Mike's Car Wash locations. Open daily, 7 to 9.
I'm Zack Taylor, head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals. We need all of you to be your best for another amazing season. And since cancer is the second leading cause of death for adults in the U.S., prevention and early detection are key. So join me and the Cincinnati Bengals as we team up with Kettering Health to fight cancer in its earliest stages. Go to ketteringhealth.org/crucial catch and let's intercept cancer together.
Well, for the first time tonight, the Commanders do not score a touchdown on a drive where they were attempting to score. They do get a field goal, and they lead at 31-20 with 11:30 left in regulation on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network. Seibert will kick it off. Chase Brown and Travion Williams wait at the goal line to return. Seibert standing 10 yards away. Now he trots toward the ball, and here comes his kick. Very, very high. Hang time no longer matters. Caught at the 3 by Chase Brown. Now everybody moves. Chase runs to the 20. Big time hit, but he doesn't go down right away. Makes it close to the 30-yard line before being tackled.
Dan, neither football team has punted the football. Neither football team has turned the football over. Unbelievable. Washington has been more proficient with their execution of their drives in terms of points scored. Hence, we have a 2-score game in their favor.
Bengals have had the ball 5 times. They scored a touchdown on their first drive, a touchdown on their 5th drive, settled for field goal tries on the middle 3, and went 2 for 3. That's why they're down by 11 in the 4th quarter. On first down, it's a handoff. Zack Moss, ball in the left hand, trying to turn the left corner. Gets to the edge and picks up decent yardage. He goes out of bounds after running for 5. Sainer still ran him out.
Yeah, Sainer still lost contain. I mean, he didn't turn it back inside, which is what, in a perfect world, he should have done. They would have liked for him to do. And Moss got the edge on him and picked up half the yards necessary to move the chains.
Second down and about 4.5 with the clock running and 10:57 to go. Burrow in the shotgun, 3 receivers right, 1 out to the left. Joe has the ball. 4-man rush. His pass caught for a first down. Out to the 43-yard line. Pulled in by Yossi Bosch. And the Bengals get a first down.
There's Mike Gresicki. Yeah.
So the Bengals on the pass to Gresicki pick up the yardage. Burrow now throws.
Oh.
Great catch there. This time it was Yossi Bosch reaching way behind his body and somehow sucking it into his chest at the Washington 42.
Yeah, you called it, Dan. I mean, you wanted Joe to go there, and he did. And
Bengals line up quickly.
Ooh.
They snap it to Burrow. Joe cocks the arm, fires. That one's caught. And it's Gresicki running toward the Washington sideline and going out of bounds with an 11-yard gain.
Boy, and they pushed him out of bounds unceremoniously, and I thought the official might have been reaching toward his back pocket to throw a flag, but to no avail.
Clock running, 9 minutes, 58 seconds to go. The Bengals trying to pick up the tempo, down by 11 here in the 4th quarter. They're lined up 1st and 10 at the 31 of Washington. Burrow is set, extends the hands. A blitz is coming. He gets rid of the ball, throwing it deep. It is caught! Touchdown! Jamar Chase, his second touchdown catch, his second gritty. Touchdown pass number 3 for Burrow. And the Bengals pull within 5. They will go for 2.
St. Juice was juiced by Chase. I mean, Chase had more juice than St. Juice did. I'm telling you, he got a little bit of separation. Burrow drops another dime. I mean, unbelievable. St. Juice never turns to find the football. I mean, he never looks. And Jamar Chase makes him pay.
The nose of the ball is at the 2-yard line as the Bengals try to pull within a field goal. Burrow will line up in the shotgun. He'll send 3 receivers out to the left, T. Higgins out to the right. Now Moss motions out to the right. Burrow dropping back, rolling right, being chased, throws into the end zone. Incomplete for T. Higgins. The Bengals are calling for a flag. They do not get their wish, and they're down by 5 with 9:42 to go.
Yeah, T looked at the official and said, man, he reached in there and grabbed. The official said, no, you basically just knocked it to the turf, and the crowd's reaction kind of justifies what T. Higgins was looking for. I mean, the contact is way early, tugging at the right arm. He can't get his right arm up. It hits him right in the face mask.
Jeremy Chin got away with one.
Yep.
We have a timeout with 9:42 to go. The score, 31-26, Washington, here on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
You already know when your document halts, call Waltz. But we don't stop at printers. We tailor solutions for the way you work. If aging technology and manual processes are slowing you down, or you're tired of working in the 90s, maybe it's time for digital transformation. Bring order to the chaos and unlock your team's potential with automated workflows and scanning services at waltzbusiness.com. The official document solutions provider of the Cincinnati Bengals.
Are you ready for some football? Well, you are now thanks to Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bengals and the NFL, Ticketmaster's got the best way to take it to the house when it comes to being there live. They're the safest and most convenient marketplace to score fully verified Bengals tickets. And even if your plans get broken up or worse, turned over, Ticketmaster gives you more flexibility to sell your seats. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bengals.
Interested in learning CPR? Bengals Save the Day, presented by Cintas, is a free opportunity to do just that. The event will take place on Thursday, September 26th at Paycor Stadium. Learn more and sign up at Bengals.com/SaveTheDay. That's Bengals.com/SaveTheDEY.
Sunday morning. You can smell it. Game day. And the brisket you've been smoking since last night. A day to be with family, aka fellow football fans. Traditions make Sundays easy to enjoy. Beers do too. Bud Light. Easy to Sunday, easy to enjoy. Bud Light is the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
3 touchdown passes for Joe Burrow tonight. 2 of them to Jamar Chase, who has 6 catches for 118 yards. His touchdown grabs 41 yards and 31 yards. However, the Bengals are still down 31-26 with 9 minutes and 42 seconds remaining.
Jeremy Chin grabbed the right arm of T. Higgins. As a result, the ball hit him on the chin, on his face mask.
This kickoff will be blasted through the back of the end zone, and Washington will have it at the 30-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you, the officials have had a tough weekend. There have been a lot of missed calls. I mean, there was nothing that T. Higgins could do with the right arm. I mean, he was trying to make a one-handed catch with his left hand and left arm, and Chin was just ripping his right arm, trying to take it out of his shoulder, for crying out loud. I mean, how can every official on the football field miss that one?
9:42 to go here on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network. Washington lines up in a pistol. Now Robinson motions to the quarterback's right. Jayden Daniels with a penalty flag down, catches the shotgun snap. The play is blown dead. Illegal procedure.
False start. Offense, number 86. 5-yard penalty.
Veteran tight end Zach Ertz moved too soon. It'll cost Washington 5 yards.
That's their first penalty of the game. You talk about playing a clean game. You know, they haven't turned it over. That's the first penalty of the game, and it's with less than 10 minutes to play, they've done a good job on the road.
The noise level rises here at the Jungle. 1st and 15 for Washington. Daniels back to throw. Short pass. Caught over the middle by Ertz. Brought down in space. Ball out at the 30-yard line. Pratt knocked it out. But Ertz got it back.
Man.
Actually, it was recovered by an offensive lineman, Nick Allegretti. Gain went to the 31-yard line, so it's 2nd down and 9.
Pratt put his helmet and shoulder pad right on the football. But man, good hustle by the O-line.
Washington goes empty. The Bengals have 4 down linemen. Jayden Daniels back to throw. Has time. Fires a strike. Caught for a 1st down by Zach Ertz. The veteran makes the catch at the 43 to move the sticks. Von Bell in coverage.
Both offenses are in their 2-minute tempo. The Bengals were up tempo and they were moving. Washington has been up tempo pretty much the entire football game. I mean, they don't go to the huddle. They all sugar huddle a little bit, and Daniels gets the signals from the sideline.
Clock running, 8 minutes and 41 seconds to go. The Bengals trail Washington by 5. The Commanders have it 1st and 10 at their own 43 in what has been a track meet tonight. Jayden Daniels under center, hands it off. Brian Robinson running left. He gets pulled down by Carter at the 48. A gain of 5 for Robinson.
And the Washington offensive line is doing a good job of coming off the ball. On the outside zones, I mean, they're moving people. They're moving people horizontally. They're moving people off the line of scrimmage. They're moving people where they want to move. They're doing a good job up front.
2nd down and 4 officially. Jayden Daniels under center. Takes the direct snap, fakes to Robinson, rolls right. Jayden Daniels wants to run. Logan Wilson has him and spins him out of bounds at the Cincinnati 49. It is 3rd down and 2.
Good job by Logan Wilson there. I mean, his football geometry was sound. Jayden Daniels almost said to him, you know what, you underestimated my speed, but Wilson got enough of him to, like you said, Dan, to kind of sling him around out of bounds.
Big play coming up. 3rd down and 2 in Bengals territory at the 49. Washington's ball up by 5. 7 minutes and 22 seconds remaining. Daniels in the shotgun. 4 down linemen for Cincinnati. Daniels back to throw. Being chased. Passes. Caught. And it's a 1st down. McLaurin gains 5 to the Cincinnati 45-yard line.
And Daniels get outside of Pratt. You know, he's very, very tough to contain. I mean, this kid is definitely a force. You got 2 tight ends to the right side of the offensive line. Pratt gets knocked inside a little bit. Daniels gets outside of him, has a run-pass option, delivers a strike.
This is one of the most impressive rookie quarterback performances I've ever seen, Lap.
I'm with you.
He's 17 for 19.
His decision-making has been on point.
1st and 10 at the Cincinnati 45. Daniels hands it off. We got a penalty flag down. Another false start on Washington.
Early movement.
Prior to the snap. False start. Offense. Number 2. 5-yard penalty. Still touchdown.
That's Brown, one of the receivers, flinched. You know, if you're not sure of the snap count, look inside. Don't move till the ball moves. He knocked his team back 5.
2nd time on this drive, it's been 1st down and 15. The Bengals could not capitalize the previous time. Jeremy McNichols in at running back.
2nd penalty of the game.
First down and 15 at midfield. Daniels waits, catches the shotgun snap, pump fakes, and gets sacked.
Nice.
Trey Hendrickson.
Yes.
Wraps up and tackles Jayden Daniels for a 6-yard sack.
Key right there. Clutch sack. Now you got to finish it. 2nd down and a bunch.
21.
I mean, way off skips. 2nd down and 2 first downs. 21 yards. I mean, and they're running a play-action look. Everybody's sliding, I should say. And, man, just right, an inside rush. He just took the inside immediately on Coleman and beat him like a drum.
Washington will go empty. 3 receivers out to the left, 2 out to the right. McLaurin is out to the left. Daniels on 2nd and 21. Horizontal pass to Brown. He runs to the 50 and gets toppled hard by Geno Stone at the Bengals 48.
That's a legal hit. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that hit. Washington doesn't like it, but man, there's nothing wrong with it. He hits him totally legally right at the shoulder pads with his shoulder pads.
Here we go. 3rd down and 13 at the Cincinnati 48. Could we see Washington's punter for the first time in 2 games?
Got to. Get off the field, defense. Get off the field.
5 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Jayden Daniels barking out instructions over the raucous crowd here at Paycor Stadium. On 3rd and 13, he catches the shotgun snap. Screen pass, same play. Brown will not get the first down. He's tackled at the 39 of Cincinnati. It is 4th and 4.
Boy, they might think about going for it, Dan.
I bet they do.
I do. I think they will. I think, why not? I mean, he's thinking, all right, if I punt it into the end zone, what the heck? Not that big a deal. I'm not sure I want to try this long field goal. Let's try to stay on the field and burn more clock.
Plus, they're not stopping the Bengals offense anyway. So whether it's a long drive or a 61-yard drive, they're going to try to win the game or come closer to winning it on offense.
Sure.
4th down and 4 at the Cincinnati 39-yard line. Jayden Daniels catches the shotgun snap. Looking, throwing, caught for the first down. Jamison Crowder, I believe, at the 30-yard line, tackled by Von Bell. Or was that Zach Ertz?
Boy, there was a delayed blitz there, and Jayden Daniels just held on to the football to the last minute and waited for his tight end to work free in the middle of the football field. Von Bell tried to drive on it, but was too late. Big first down right there.
And it was Zach Ertz. So the Bengals had Washington in a 2nd and 21 situation. Couldn't get Washington to punt. 1st and 10 at the Bengals 30. We're down to 3:45 to go. The Bengals in a world of hurt. Here's a run to the right. Cincinnati will make the tackle after a 1-yard gain for Brian Robinson. Zach Carter brought him down. Washington will take precious time off the clock now with 3:30 left and a 5-point lead.
Bengals have 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. They're looking at 3 clock stoppages. Washington has 1 timeout left.
If Washington scores a touchdown, it's game, set, match.
Yep.
At this point, it would still be a long field goal try, but well within the range of Seibert. Washington gets lined up with 6 seconds on the play clock. 2nd down and 9 at the Cincinnati 29. Jayden Daniels catches. Hands it off. Robinson grabbed by the feet and brought down by Sam Hubbard. Tackled at the 27, a 2-yard run. And once again, 3rd down and about 7 for Washington.
Man, I'll tell you, how many times have the Bengals been there? I mean, 3rd down has been unbelievable. Washington has had a lot of 3rd down and 4 or less. They've only had double digits one time, a 3rd and 13. They didn't convert.
Dejon Anthony checks in. If the football gods are kind, he'll come up with a takeaway. 2 minutes and 16 seconds to go. 3rd down and 7. Timeout called. Washington called it. The Commanders are out of timeouts.
Took their last one.
2 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Washington leads 31-26.
Well, they let it melt as much as they could. Let the play clock melt. Take the timeout. Run a snap. And they're hopeful of converting on 3rd down. And then the 2-minute warning gets burned. The Bengals have to start using their final 2 timeouts. That's what Washington wants to do. Bengals got to get off the football field, make Washington attempt a field goal, and hope that it's no good. If it is good, got to drive the length of the field and score a 2-point conversion to put this thing in overtime.
Washington has chewed up 7.5 minutes on this drive.
I'm telling you, it's not even close. Jayden Daniels is not only the best rookie quarterback in the league, he's amongst the best quarterbacks in the league, the way he is executing his offense. And they have an offense that they're running that fits his skill set immaculately.
2 minutes and 15 seconds left. Washington on top, 31-26. 3rd down and 7 at the Bengals 27. McNichols in at running back. Daniels catches the shotgun snap.
Boom.
He's going to float it high and deep. McLaurin in the end zone. He's got the ball. Did he get both feet down?
Man.
They say it's a touchdown.
Unreal. What a throw. He got crushed as he was throwing that football. I mean, he got crushed on a free runner blitz. Man, does he catch it with right foot, right knee? Does he have control when he goes to the ground? Wow. I mean, I can't say how good a throw that is. He was getting smoked at the delivery of the football. Early contact as well that's not called, really. You got right foot down, right knee down. Man. Right foot, right knee. 2 body parts in, I guess. Touchdown.
37 points on the board. Seibert will try to make it 38. Washington did not score a touchdown last week. Kicked 7 field goals. The PAT is good. And the Cincinnati Bengals are on the verge of falling to 0-3.
I can't believe the throw and the catch. I mean, both ends of that play were extraordinary.
We'll take a timeout. 2:10 to go. 38-26 Washington on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
Interested in learning CPR? Bengals Save the Day, presented by Cintas, is a free opportunity to do just that. The event will take place on Thursday, September 26th at Paycor Stadium. Learn more and sign up at Bengals.com/SaveTheDay. That's Bengals.com/SaveTheDEY.
Attention all nonprofit organizations. Looking for creative ways to fundraise? Aramark is actively seeking nonprofit groups to operate concession stands at Paycor Stadium during Cincinnati Bengals home games. Organizations will receive a donation from Aramark for each game their group volunteers. Increase impact, engage with the community, and fundraise with flair. Join Aramark in making a difference. To learn more and secure a spot, call 513-455-4914 or visit Bengals.com/community/concessions.
When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices. Plus, extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with points. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Bengals fans, the jungle awaits. Now's the time to join the Bengals season ticket wait list.
Claim your place on the wait list for just $150 per seat. You'll get first priority to purchase Bengals season tickets when they become available. Plus, get first access to single game tickets and playoff tickets while supplies last.
Some things are worth the wait. Join the season ticket wait list today and rule the jungle with us. Visit Bengals.com or call the Bengals ticket hotline at 513-621-8383.
Watch your Bengals this season on the NFL on CBS, streaming on Paramount Plus. Rookie quarterback Jayden Daniels will be the talk of the nation tomorrow. He has been ridiculous. His first primetime NFL game, 21 out of 23. That's 91%, 254 passing yards. He's rushed for 40 yards. He's got 2 touchdown passes and a passer rating over 141.
And that last touchdown throw, under duress. I mean, Anarumo blitzed. Free runner, hitting him as he's releasing the football, and he puts the ball that accurately. Unreal.
This kickoff, fielded 1 yard deep in the end zone by Chase Brown. He'll take a knee. The Bengals will start from their 30. Down by 12 with 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go.
Tress Way, he never showed up. He's got 3 punts in 3 football games. He's punted the ball 3 times for Washington. Unbelievable.
None in the last 2 weeks.
None in the last 2 weeks, right.
And Cliff Kingsbury is doing a heck of a job for his resume to return to being an NFL head coach. With a job he's done scheming things up for Jayden Daniels. Burrow back to throw. Good protection. Short pass caught over the middle. Running up the middle of the field for the first down. Goes Yossi Bosch, or is it Gresicki? It's Gresicki. I beg your pardon. A gain of about 12. Bobby Wagner with the tackle, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Dan. I think offensive coordinator and quarterback, you talk about being on the same page skill set wise and play calling, it's amazing.
We'll take a break with 2 minutes to go. Washington up 38-26 on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Behind every successful business is a strong leader. That's why the Cincinnati Bengals leave HR to Paycor. Paycor's HR software helps build winning teams and great places to work. We're pumped to watch Bengals history unfold at Paycor Stadium. Find out how Paycor can help your business at Paycor.com.
Shop the Bengals Pro Shop for the very best selection of Bengals gear. Choose from Nike sideline tees, polos, and new era caps. Look for your favorite player's jersey in men's, women's, and youth black or white. Want a football or bobblehead? We've got that too. Open 7 days a week. Located at Paycor Stadium Plaza level, North End Zone. Can't stop by? Then shop online at www.bengals.com/pro shop.
With unlimited plans from Mike's Car Wash, the more you wash, the more you save. And you can wash as often as you want. You'll love the value of an unlimited wash plan from Mike's Car Wash. Unlimited plans available at all 40 Mike's Car Wash locations. Open daily, 7 to 9.
Experience the NFL with On Location, the official hospitality provider of the NFL. On Location offers official tickets and unrivaled access to all of the NFL's premier events. With exclusive partnerships with more than 20 NFL teams, On Location brings you up close for all of the action, providing fans with unforgettable moments from draft day to Super Bowl Sunday and everything in between. Visit NFLOnLocation.com for more information. That's NFLOnLocation.com.
2 minutes left. The Washington Commanders lead it by a dozen, 38-26. The Bengals have the ball at their own 42. Joe Burrow has thrown for 285 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks, passer rating of 135. And the Bengals are down by a dozen. Their defense has struggled mightily tonight. Shotgun snap to Joe. Deep drop. Now he begins scrambling right. Burrow throws across his body, caught over the middle of the field, and it's going to be a Cincinnati first down. He managed to get it to Zack Moss, and Moss is tackled at the 46 of Washington. The Bengals go no huddle. They try to get lined up quickly. Clock running, 1 minute and 38 seconds to go. They need a touchdown, recover an onside kick, score again. Burrow from the pocket, checks it down to Moss. Brought down inbounds at the 46 by Bobby Wagner, who has a bunch of tackles tonight. 1:24 to go. The clock is running. Bengals have 2 timeouts left, but they're not using one yet. Second down and 10 at the Washington 45. 2 deep safeties, as you would expect. Burrow scrambling right, gets away from a possible sack, throws across his body, and it is caught for a first down by Yossi Bosch. Cincinnati's going to call a timeout. Tackle made at the 31-yard line.
Let's talk red zone the other way. Offensively, coming into tonight's game, 9 red zone opportunities. Washington had 3 touchdowns, 33%. Tonight, 3 red zone opportunities, 3 touchdowns, 100%. Instead of 1 for 3, 3 for 3.
We'll take a timeout. 1:05 to go. Washington leads 38-26 on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
A Fifth Third Better means we put in 166.7%.
What does that mean?
Well, at Fifth Third Bank, our name equals 166.7%. So that's how hard we work. That means free checking, no hidden fees, and helping to protect your identity.
Explain it in Bengals terms.
It's like back-to-back AFC North titles.
Impressive.
It's like the roar of the jungle.
Hooday!
It's like their quarterback swagger.
Come on, nobody's that cool.
That's what a Fifth Third Better means. This is banking a Fifth Third Better. Fifth Third Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Skyline's now the official chili of the Cincinnati Bengals. And there's no better way to celebrate a Bengals win than Skyline Chili. Stop by your neighborhood Skyline on game day and Coney up, Bengals Nation. It's Skyline time.
At Kettering Health, we're devoted to you, walking alongside you on your journey to better health. Whether you're battling cancer, overcoming an injury, facing surgery, or just looking for a doctor who truly cares about you, we'll be a shoulder to lean on. We give everything so you can focus on keeping your world turning. Even if the unexpected happens, we're supporting you to be your best. Kettering Health. Find care now at ketteringhealth.org.
The Jungle Zone, powered by Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky Toyota dealers, is the ultimate pregame spot. Swing by before every regular season game for music, food, drinks, and family fun games. And make sure to check out the latest Toyota all-wheel drive and electrified hybrid models on display. Perfect for every journey you take, whether it's to the game or a weekend adventure. For more information, check out Bingles.com/Jungle Zone. That's Bingles.com/Jungle Zone.
1:05 to go on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network. The Bengals have the ball at the 32-yard line of the Commanders. Cincinnati trailing 38-26. Joe Burrow has thrown for 311 yards and 3 touchdowns. The second quarterback in the NFL this year, I believe, to have more than 300 passing yards and 3 TDs in a game. The other, Andy Dalton.
That's right.
Yesterday, shotgun snap to Burrow, deep drop. He's going to fire deep toward the end zone into double coverage. The ball is caught by T. Higgins. Did he get his feet down inbounds? No. He did not. St. Juice, the primary guy in coverage there with the safety coming over.
T. Higgins did a good job. He got his left foot in, but his right foot had already tapped down out of bounds. But he made a one-handed catch that was extraordinary with his left hand.
Ridiculous catch.
Unbelievable.
59 seconds to go. Second down and 10 at the 32 of the Commanders. The Bengals go empty. 3 receivers out to the left, 2 out to the right. Safety's playing deep for Washington. Shotgun snap. Burrow sets up, gets away from a hit. Throws toward the near sideline. Yossi Bosch with a toe tap. And he's got a first down before going out of bounds to stop the clock at the 20-yard line of Washington.
Yeah, I mean, he catches the football and he stomped both his feet down. He was going to make sure that he got him down. The officials saw that he got him down. Runs a nice route, gets separation, goes airborne, makes the catch. Tap, tap, he's in.
53 seconds to go. The ball is at the 19-yard line. There was a successful onside kick in the NFL yesterday. Dallas pulled one off against Baltimore. Burrow back to throw. Standing in the pocket. Guns it toward the end zone. Early contact.
Oh, calling.
And there's the penalty flag. Igbenogany making contact with Yossi Bosch in the end zone with 46 seconds to go.
Well, a big difference in this football game has been red zone.
Pass interference. Defense, number 1. The ball, foul occurred in the end zone. By rule, the ball is placed at fourth down.
So, the Bengals in the red zone, 1 for 3. This is their 4th opportunity. Washington, 3 for 3. Big difference.
First and goal from the 1. Burrow in the gun, Chase Brown to his left. 2 receivers go out to each side of the formation. Joe with 3 touchdown passes thus far. Standing at the 6, waiting for the snap from Karras. Joe catches, fires. T. Higgins unable to make a one-handed grab, trying to make a one-handed left-handed catch near the sideline. That stops the clock with 43 seconds to go. Second and goal from the 1.
Yeah, and St. Juice had a pretty good hold on the other arm. he had both shoulders and he was helping spin him around. One-handed catch, not able to be executed by T.
Bengals need a touchdown, recover an onside kick, and score another touchdown. Second and goal from the 1. Burrow hands it off. Zack Moss bounces it right and goes into the end zone with 40 seconds left in regulation. No point in going for 2. Nope. They're down by 6. So McPherson will attempt the extra point, try to make it a 5-point game, and then attempt a must-have onside kick. With the new dynamic kickoff rules, you can only attempt onside kicks trailing in the 4th quarter, and you have to declare in advance that you're going to do it. Here comes the PAT from McPherson. He slams it up and through. 38-33, Washington up by 5, 40 seconds left, and the game will come down to the upcoming onside kick.
And if they recover the onside kick, they do have a timeout to work with. So, don't necessarily have to just throw incompletions to stop the clock. You'd like to save that timeout as long as you possibly can. But first things first, you got to get possession of the football.
So when Dallas successfully executed an onside kick yesterday, their kicker, Aubrey, placed the ball flat on the tee and then kicked a spinner that one of his teammates was able to corral. We'll see if Money Mac tries that or if he tries to kick the top of the ball and get a big high hop. Washington will have its hands team out there 10 yards away.
Jayden Daniels just set a record. Highest completion percentage in a single game by a rookie in NFL history. Over 91% is a record.
21 out of 23.
How about that noise?
McPherson will place the ball straight up and down on the tee. So it looks like he's going to try to kick the top of the ball hard, get it to take a big high hop, see if one of his teammates can tip it to another. Now he changes sides, kicks in the opposite direction, way up in the air. Washington fields it. There's also a penalty flag down. It did not go the necessary 10 yards.
Right.
Zacchaeus fielded it for Washington.
And the flag came out early. I don't know if the official saw it right away that it wasn't going to go 10 yards, but he let that thing fly pretty quickly.
No time ran off the clock. 40 seconds to go. But Washington can take the recovery.
Kicking team number 80. That 5-yard penalty is added to the end of the play. It's first down.
So they can
reset the game clock to 39 seconds. 39 on the game clock, please.
Washington can take the recovery of the onside kick, add 5 yards on, snap it once, and improve to 2-1, and drop the Bengals to 0-3. Nobody saw that coming.
No way, Jose. And penalties called on Josivash for being lined up in an illegal formation on the onside kick.
An incredible performance by Jayden Daniels will carry the Washington Commanders to an upset victory in Cincinnati.
But I'll tell you what, LSU's Heisman Trophy winners both lit it up. Lit it up. But it was a rookie record performance by Jayden Daniels that won the football game.
He passed for 254 and 2 touchdowns. He ran for 40 yards and another. And the Washington Commanders have scored on 14 consecutive drives if you take out 3 drives where they took 1 snap and took a knee.
Unbelievable.
That's unbelievable.
It is. You look at Joe Burrow's numbers, 29 for 38, 324 yards and 3 touchdowns. And it's like second fiddle. Are you kidding me? What a game by the quarterbacks. But the defense for Washington supported Jayden Daniels' effort better.
And 3 possessions for the Bengals where they settled for field goal tries, going 2 for 3. Turned out to be the difference. This was a game where you could not settle for trying for 3.
You're right.
Because you could not stop Jayden Daniels, the incredible Jayden Daniels, and the Washington Commanders.
Dan, neither team punts. Neither team turns it over. Are you kidding? I don't think I've ever seen that in the NFL in person. I've never seen that.
Jayden Daniels looks like he's 180 pounds and about 19 years old. What a draft pick for the Washington Commanders. Maybe Caleb Williams turns out to be great, but right now, if I'm a Chicago Bears fan, I'm thinking we took the wrong guy.
Yep. Hard not to think that way, Coach.
The final score tonight, Washington 38, Cincinnati 33. Stay tuned for the postgame show coming up on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
This is the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network. Bengals football has been brought to you by Paycor, proud to be the official HR software provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. Fifth Third Bank. Score big with Bengals banking. Visit 53.com to join the roster and earn exclusive perks. Want to experience the jungle?
He catches it at the 10 and takes it into the end zone. Touchdown! Bengals, 63 yards. The magic is back.
A limited number of tickets are available for all home games at Bengals.com. Grab yours while seats remain. Stay tuned for the Bengals Locker Room Report on the First Star Logistics Bengals Radio Network.
Tri-State Jeep buyers and football fans alike. Mike Castrucci Jeep is number one in Cincinnati for a reason. Is it our upfront discounts, our no-nonsense pricing approach, or is it our generous and unbeatable trade-in allowances, or is it our unparalleled selection? See for yourself. Check us out online or visit us